Live from Moore Gymnasium on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. It's time to bring the curtain down on day one of the 2024 Bash of the Beach as the two teams that won their games in the morning session meet at the back end of the evening session. It's the 1-0 Portland Pilots who defeated Stetson earlier today 3-0, and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 1-0 after their 3-1 win over Manhattan a couple of hours ago. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Cervello. Cheryl Carlson once again joins me courtside here at Moore Gym. Cheryl, this is going to be a much different test for the Wildcats than the Manhattan game was earlier today. What is different about this Portland team?
Well, number one, they're taller, and that's going to make a big difference. And I think they have a little bit better consistency as far as ball control and setting goes. And a little bit more disciplined on blocks than Manhattan was.
Even though the Wildcats did run out 3-1 winners in the first match today, there were some things to clean up, and specifically in serve-receive.
Absolutely. They have to pass better against this team tonight. And honestly, they had a few runs where they missed some serves there in a row, and they need to clean that up as well. They got to keep the pressure on Portland.
Portland is led by a three-pronged attack offensively. Maui Robbins, Ellen Larson, and Taina Kawai all recorded double-digit kills in the match against Stetson, and that was only a three-setter with a total attack percentage of .330 for the entire team.
Yeah, they're tough offensively. They've got some tall players that also are very good. So it's going to be interesting to see what Bethune can do against them with the block.
For the Wildcats, they mostly used defense to beat Manhattan, and to the tune of 14 total blocks against the Jaspers. Leading the way in kills for the Wildcats earlier today was Elizabeth Phillips with 11. Becca Freeman had 10, but nobody else had more than 6. So a bit of diversity on the offensive side may serve Bethune-Cookman well in this one.
Yeah, they're going to have to pass well so they can mix it up on offense.
It's the first meeting between the Portland Pilots and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats on the volleyball court. These schools have never met before. Of course, Portland coming all the way over from the West Coast. As a coach, did you ever make these cross-country trips, and what was that like, adjusting to the time difference?
Actually, Stetson, we never went cross-country. I believe once at VCU we did. But I know from having done it as a player a couple times, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Let's head down to the court with Brian Harvey for your player introductions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Moore Gymnasium. Here for the final contest of Friday's action for the Bash of the Beach between the Portland Pilots and your Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Let's get ready to meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning with our visitors from Portland. An outside hitter, 5'11" junior from Kalihi, Hawaii, number 1, Maui Robbins. At the center position, a 5'9" freshman from Belmont, California, number 3, Havana Health. At the middle blocker position, a 6'2" redshirt senior from San Diego, California, number 15, Navia Bray. At the middle blocker, a 6'1" sophomore from Hilo, Hawaii, number 18, Taina Kawai. At the defensive center libero position, 5'4" freshman from Los Angeles, California, number 14, Tanoa Woodard Park. And outside hitter, a 6'2" junior from Bora, Sweden, number 11, Ellen Larson. And your libero tonight for the Pilots, defensive specialist, 5'6" redshirt sophomore from Belmont, California, number 6, Larkin Chuck. Head coach of the Pilots is Megan Burton. Her assistant coaches, Dylan Hamilton, Kyle Homer, and Remy Perron. And now, let's get ready to meet tonight's starting lineups for your Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. At the outside hitter position, a 5'11" senior from Fleming Island, Florida, number 18, Jasmine Robinson. At outside hitter, a 6'3" junior from Houston, Texas, number 3, Becca Freeman. At middle blocker, a 6'2" senior from Wichita Falls, Texas, number 1, Niara Hightower. At outside hitter, a 5'10" redshirt senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 7, Liz Phillips. And middle blocker is 6'2" grad from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, number 12, K-Tall Bryce. And your center tonight, a 5'8" senior from Dorado, Puerto Rico, number 4, Alicia Callender. And libero tonight for the Cats, a 5'3" sophomore from Chicago, number 5, Sydney Boston. And the other libero is about a 5'5" junior from San Antonio, number 6, Riley Davis. Head coach of the Cats is Brittany Williams. Her assistant coach, Rachel Henderson.
One of these two teams will have an undefeated start on day one of the 2024 season. The other will have to settle for a split. It's Bethune-Cookman in the all-black, gold numbers, gold names on the back. Libero in gold with maroon numbers. For Portland, it's the gray uniforms with the purple trim and the white numbers. Libero in purple. What does Bethune-Cookman have to do, Cheryl, to get the upset win over Portland in this game?
They have to control what they can control. They need to serve well. They need to serve, receive well. They need to play defense well, but not get hurried about it. Get that ball up, then control it from there and go to offense. Don't get so hustled that you panic or you start playing too fast.
Thank you for joining us here on the CatEye Network. If you've been around for all 4 games today, thank you so much. It's been a long day of volleyball. We have certainly enjoyed it here at Moore Gym. Libero substitutions going on down on the court as we prepare to get started with this final game of the night. Running you through the results from earlier today. Portland beat Stetson 3-0 to open proceedings. Then Bethune-Cookman beat Manhattan 3-1. Stetson came back with a 3-0 win over Manhattan, and now that brings us here to the final contest of the night. Portland will serve first. At the line for the Pilots is the junior from Boris, Sweden, Ellen Larson. Larson has youth national team experience for Sweden in both beach volleyball and indoor, and part of a bevy of international names playing for this Portland team. It'll be the first attack for Bethune-Cookman comes from Mecca Freeman. It's a soft touch over the block. Set up by the libero for an outside hit from Robbins, and it's blocked by Hightower.
That's a good start.
Maui Robbins, the leading point getter for this Portland team last year, back again. The junior from Hawaii. Her opposite number got the better of her right there. Mecca Freeman serving. That's a tough serve receive. Gonna have to go over the net from the setter. Callender sets it up quick to the middle. Hightower, kaboom! 2-0 Cats. A lot of the times last year, the debate around this team was that they started fast and then faded away in the middle sets and could never recover. We saw a little bit of that in the first game.
A little bit.
Really tight to the net. Robbins, big swing and down.
That was
First
a really
kill.
nice set. That was a nice save by Portland setter there.
The setter, he's the redshirt freshman, Havana Heft from Belmont, California. We saw a little bit of it in the earlier game for the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. They lost the second set and really kind of fell away, but recovered.
Yeah.
Big swing high off the hands from Elizabeth Phillips. Here come the Pilots. Swing for the back row. Larson dug out by Poston. And over a free ball. Robbins touches it off the block and out. 2-all.
That's something Bethune's going to have to be smart about. You've got some veteran players on this Portland team that are going to try and do that. They're not going to try and swing hard all the time. They're going to try and tool you.
An upper-class-laden roster for head coach Megan Burton of the Portland Pirates. That's a big swing and down for Jasmine Robinson, a senior herself in her 5th college season. Both of these teams, a lot of seniors, a lot of upperclassmen.
Yes.
A couple of 5th years as well on both sides. Here is Hightower serving. Quick to the middle, blocked. Touched over. Wildcats control. Callender dumps it, and it's a beauty.
Smart play.
3-2 Bethune-Cookman. Or correction, 4-2.
Point for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and so far Bethune's doing like we talked about in the pregame. They're controlling the pace on their side. They're not getting too flustered or too fast.
Heft, back set Larson, big swing, dug out by Callender, into the rafters. Wildcats have to adjust. Callender plays it over softly. Free ball for the Pilots. Pushed across, Robbins, big swing into the net. 5-2, Bethune-Cookman. And they have pretty much exclusively set Maui Robbins here in the first 7 points of the match. One went to Larson.
Yes.
Robbins, 2023 All West Coast Conference second team and 2024 preseason All Conference. Tooling the block is the middle, Taina Kawai, and it's 5-3. Lots of international representation, lots of Hawaiian representation on this Portland squad as well. It's the Californian Havana Heft who's serving. Callender pushes it across. Robinson, big swing. Got it back off the block. Callender back row attack. Touched over to the middle. Robinson saves it. Callender again, back row. Freeman, it's down.
Little miscommunication there on the Portland side. Both back row players thought the other one was going to go for it.
6-3 Bethune-Cookman, and we'll see Ariel Simmons goes by AJ for the first time tonight. Also the freshman Nola Hemphill. Second game of the day. Both teams, I think, going to have to dig deeper into their bench than they did in the first game, just because fatigue starts to set in these long days. Hemphill will serve.
And it's more fatiguing that you have to wait around, to be honest with you.
I think even though Manhattan lost that middle game of the day, they got it the best because they just played back-to-back.
Yeah.
Robbins tools the block. Correction, that's Luca Busso. 6-4 now. Busso from Italy, from Pino Torrenese. Robbins serving. Dug out by Poston. Here's AJ Simmons to the wrist of Heft. Big swing and a diving save by Freeman. Played over calmly. From the back row, kaboom! Maui Robbins, there's her first kill.
That was a smart set. Bethune was ready for her to set outside, and she went to the back row down the middle of the court.
Because Robbins is on the back row now serving in this rotation. And she hits the net.
She did a lot of that in warm-up, honestly. I was watching her, and she did that a lot.
A trend to watch out for. This Portland team last year led the West Coast Conference in aces, but only had 2 of them in their first game of the day. Tough hit by Larson, essentially a free ball. Goes to the middle and a big block from Taina Kawai, and it's 7-all. Correction, 6 serving 7.
Yeah, I think that set was just a little bit too tight to the net. Keep the sets off the net a little bit against his taller team.
Taina Kawai, the Hilo Hawaii native, now serving. A little bit behind AJ Simmons, but she makes it work. And the Wildcats take the point.
That was a smart hit, hitting that deep corner. And that set's actually a better set than setting her too tight to the net. She can do something with that set.
Riley Davis, the junior from San Antonio, serving now. 8-6, BCU leads the first set, and that one's way out. 8-7. In the first game of the day, Bethune-Cookman notched 7 aces to just 5 errors, so a positive ace error ratio
is always a good thing.
But the end of my point about Portland in their first game, 2 aces, 8 errors. So tough from the service line.
Well, I mean, there's 2 in a row. Like I said, watching them warm up, the ball was in the middle of the net more than it was over for a while there.
That was the freshman, Tinoa Woodard-Hart. Played libero in game 1, changed to now just defensive specialist here in game 2. Setter Alicia Callender to serve for Bethune-Cookman. They lead set 1-9-7. And that one's out. So as we trade service errors here midway through the first set. I think that's 3 straight service errors combined between both teams.
Yeah.
Can't play volleyball unless it's in the court.
No, it's kind of boring.
Here's Larson. That one's in. What can Callender do with that? She sets Jasmine Robinson, who tools the block. 10-8.
Smart play.
And that's a very senior hit, right? Came, used her opposite hand, pushed it off the block and out. Heft, Robbins' big swing. It's up, and it's into the official. And it's point for Portland.
The swing for number 1, Maui Robbins. Point for Portland. 9 serving 10.
I went down and did public address for the last game between Stetson and Manhattan, and you're right in the line of fire there. And the officials are too. The lines only dictate in and out, doesn't dictate where the players or the ball can go.
Correct.
High off the hands, Robinson. Deep cover by Phillips. And a corner-to-corner swing from Maui Robbins ties it at 10.
Point for Portland. We're all tied at 10.
And again, on Bethune's side, they've got to control it when it's on their side. Play good defense, but keep it under control. Get some hits, not just free balls and down balls.
The libero Larkin shock plays it out of bounds from Bethune-Cookman.
That wasn't by much, though.
Off the attack.
Oh, coach is going to challenge that.
And I did learn in between the games, we were talking that we don't have line cameras. We do have line cameras here, so not just the net camera, so anything can be challenged.
Oh, she took it back.
The 11 serving 10.
Pushed across, big swing. Tip to the far side.
Good defense.
Swung again, that time pushed to the back corner by Elizabeth Phillips. And nobody knew who was gonna play that for Portland. Causes a scramble as it's pushed straight back over. Free ball for Bethune-Cookman, here come the Cats. Callender dumps it, saved by Huft. Robbins goes line and out of play.
I think she was trying to go off Bethune's block, and she missed it. Missed the block.
11 serving 11. Now
And there's a little moment in that rally that's probably gonna get lost, but Alicia Callender pushing that ball to the back row, forcing Portland to scramble for a free ball, really made that.
Absolutely.
Robbins again, that time it did hit the hands, and it's a point for Portland.
Goes off the DCU defense. Swing from Robbins.
Yeah.
You can
Against this team, Bethune's going to have really strong hands and press their shoulders to their ears on the block to keep that block strong.
You can see why Maui Robbins, all SWAC second team last year, led the team in kills a season ago. Callender tight to the net, brings it back. Great dig by Ellen Larson to keep it alive for Portland. Callender again. Robinson, a big swing. Somehow kept alive by Portland. Corner to corner, out of play, point for the Wildcats. But man, Larkin shocked. The libero for Portland got all her money's worth that time with a swing off Robinson.
Yes, she did.
12 all, these teams pretty evenly matched. About halfway through set one. Interesting, we're seeing a lot of usage from the freshman Nola Hempo. That's a quick set to the middle, and Tina Kawai puts it down. That's something the Wildcats didn't see a lot in the first game.
No, not at all.
The middle for Manhattan, a little undersized.
Yes.
Not so with this Pilots team. That one's in the net again from Robbins, her second error. Ties this one back at 13.
13 all.
She missed every single serve she had in warm-up.
We talked about it a lot in the first game. You can't give away easy points.
No, especially in a match like this where it's right now 13-13. Can't give away free points.
Phillips serving. And that one's off the hands from Ellen Larson. Big swing from the Swede. 14-13.
Back in front, 14, serving 13.
And against a team like this, you can't have big lapses and let Portland go on long runs.
And so far, Bethune has done a good job of not doing that.
Kawhi serving the sophomore out of Hawaii. Long. Another service
That's
error.
2 serves in a row.
Already 4 service errors for Portland in this first set. Back to the libero serve for the Wildcats.
Good pass.
Larson blocked.
Nice block.
Hightower again. Simmons was there as well.
Yeah, Larson came down and said, my fault.
15, serving 14.
Shouldn't, she's like, my fault. I was trying to put that straight down. It's like, you can't do that against that block.
Niara Hightower, 6 blocks total for her in game 1 today. Back set, big swing, and it's in. Lucia Busso flying through the air as she's replaced by Tanoa Woodard-Hart. Last year, this Portland team 9-19 overall. But, yeah, that's an ace.
Serve.
Finally, a good save for Mary Robbins. Oh, correction, Hart serving. But they've only won double-digit games once in the last 5 years, Portland.
Wow.
So on a bit of a downturn right now. It's the 5th season in charge for Megan Burton. Big swing and a point for the Wildcats, A.J. Simmons. And someone who's impressed me early in this match is the freshman Nola Hemphill. We were concerned a little bit with her setting in match 1. She's cleaned it up.
She has.
Now Callender back in at the setter spot. She's serving. 16 all here, set 1. Far side, Larson off the block, kept alive by Heft. Other side and down. That's the first touch of the ball for Nevaeh Bray in the ball game. She gets a kill out of it.
Smart shot. Good roll shot.
Yeah. And we're getting a ton of different looks out of this Portland offense. It's not just hit and hope like we saw a lot from Manhattan earlier. A lot of touch shots, a lot of rolls. They're trying to hit the block.
Not sure what the coach is asking the down ref about.
A rotation, maybe?
Maybe. Just making sure that the server back there is the correct.
And BC is going to take a timeout. We did have a rotation error on Manhattan in the last match.
Oh, okay.
Volleyball is back at the beach. Don't miss a second of the action as the Wildcats look to start the 2024 season strong. Up next, the Wildcats host Stetson to wrap up the bash at the beach tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. here at Moore Gym. Admission is free if you can't make it to the gym. Every second is live at youtube.com/CatEye Network. And also football season, it's finally back. And the CatEye Network is your home for all the gridiron action this season. Listen to every game live at youtube.com/CatEye Network or locally on 1380 WELE The Cat in Daytona Beach. Tomorrow night, the Cats travel to Tampa for the 2024 season opener as they take on the Bulls of the University of South Florida. Every second of the action right here on the CatEye Network and 1380 WELE. 17-16 Portland as we close in on the ending stages of set number 1. We could have a match on our hands here.
We could. So far, it's been a very good first game.
And something I want to mention from the first game that Portland played earlier today, they won all 3 sets, but all of them were close. 29, 27, 25, 22, and 25, 14.
I can see that. I can see that.
That first set that went to overtime, I really thought Stetson was going to pull it out because they were the first to hit 24, and Portland came back on them. Larson serving. Both beach and indoor, not just competitor, but medalist at the European level for Sweden.
Good pass.
Calendar, anything she wants. She wants Robinson. Somehow kept alive. Scramble by Chalk. What a shot from Hightower.
Smart play. That set was a little low, but she kept it in control, and she tipped that ball right where they weren't.
A bit of creativity from the Wildcats, number 1. And that's a service error.
Yeah. She would have been fine if she had let the ball drop. I don't think she was sure
if the referee had blown.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is one of the stranger service errors I've seen.
You just have to remember as a player, even if when you're confused, just let the toss drop and hit the ground. Then you're okay. You still have time.
Wildcats looking to get it back. Dug up by Chalk. Larson, big swing high offhand.
Nice block.
Calendar to Robinson, and it finds the back corner. Robinson hit .364 in the afternoon match. 4 digs, 6 kills. In her first official match with the Maroon and Gold after coming over from Florida A&M in the offseason. Niara Hightower serving. Barely clears the tape, and a block. But it's out.
Yeah.
CatEye Price, another one of those impressive blockers that Bethune-Cookman has. Price credited for 4 total blocks this afternoon. And 69 of them last year, off the tape and down for an ace. A little unfortunate there for the Wildcats as the first 2-point lead for Portland 2018. Havana Heft on the service line. And Robinson with a rocket.
Robinson has had some very impressive hits so far in this first game.
She is going to be big for the Wildcats this season. What a massive pickup, deciding to play her 5th year at her school's, or old school's biggest rival. Wildcats haven't been able to get over Florida A&M. The Rattlers have been a powerhouse in this conference the last couple of years, winning 2 of the last 3 SWAC championships.
Nice
Great
up.
dig by Sydney Poston. Big swings, dug again.
Yeah.
And Wildcats in the net.
Point for Portland. 21 serving.
Unfortunate, too, because that one looked like it was destined for the ground.
Yep.
Elizabeth Phillips and A.J. Simmons have been manning this near side pin. And an interesting anecdote, I was down at the table during the last game doing PA, and I called the antenna a pin, and the official scorer looked at me and said, "Why do you call it a pin?" And I said, the answer is it's less syllables, so it's easier to say on air.
Well, and it's volleyball terminology. A lot of people say pin for the antenna.
Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com and click on shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's bcuathletics.com and click on shop. Wildcats down 2 in a close first set, 21-19. But haven't really been able to get any service runs going in this set.
No, but they've been playing well. They've been playing well on their side. They're playing good defense. They've been tooled on the block a couple times, and that's been a difference.
Already 2 service aces for Portland in this first set, as many as they had in their entire 3-set match this morning. Maui Robbins at the service line. Portland trying to close out set number 1. And that one's going to get him 1 step closer as an ace. Elizabeth Phillips couldn't control that one.
No. That was more of a riser serve. It just came at her and it rose up on her.
A.J. Simmons with the hit. Touch back. Larson plays it over calmly, but a diving stop by Poston. Big swing and off the block and out. Another tool for Portland.
Yeah. Coach immediately was with her hands telling them, press across, press across.
Lucia Busso got the kill on that one. 4-point swing for Portland, 23-19. Hemphill middle, and it just creeps over for Katal Price.
Nice play.
And that's again, the blocker's not getting all the way across the net.
Exactly right.
And it just dribbles down the front of their jersey. 23-20 Portland. Larson first contact. She'll get it back. No, it goes back line and out.
Yeah.
That was Maui Robbins from the back line, and she hasn't looked as comfortable hitting from the back line as she does hitting on the outside.
Yeah. Although that she didn't miss by much.
Yeah. Another timeout taken by Bethune-Cookman, their second and final of the, or no, correction, Portland took it. So PCU's taken 2 timeouts. Portland's now taken 1 as the Wildcats scored 3 straight points to get it back within 2. Bethune-Cookman trying to take this one to overtime. That's probably the best they can hope for here.
Yeah. And again, it's a smart move by the coach for Portland. Don't let them get to 23-22. Let's end it now.
Yeah.
Take a timeout, calm them down.
Megan Burton, the head coach for Portland, a graduate of St. Mary's out in California, an excellent player in her own right. 2 times a member of the All-West Coast Conference first team and won the Gales their first ever conference title in 2009. Also advanced to the second round of the NCAA championship that year as a player. She's been in a couple stops as an assistant coach, mostly on the West Coast, San Jose State, Nevada, and St. Mary's, and then Portland as an assistant. And then after the 2019 season was promoted to the head job for the Pilots. Has been there ever since. 2020, 2-14, 2021, 5-20. 2022, 10-19, 2023, 9-19 the last couple of years under Coach Burton's stewardship. Wildcats trying to get back into this one, down 23-21, and that's not going to help. Fourth service error of the first set for VCU.
That's when, as a coach, Portland's coach is sitting there going, yep, I got that point for us. Good timeout by me.
Set point. It's Kawhi to serve, and it's a great serve, barely kept up.
Great pass, though.
Wildcats keep it alive again. Hemphill setting to the back. Off the block and out.
Smart play.
Wildcats still alive in the set, 24-22, Portland.
Now back for the Cats, Davis.
Riley Davis, who spent most of this first set on the bench behind Sydney Poston. Near side, off the block and out, and that's the end of the first set. Lucia Busso ends it. Busso, excellent in set number 1, 25-22. Another close set played by Portland. They had 3 of them earlier today. That one close, but the Wildcats do fall and drop their second set of the season. We'll take a quick break and be right back. This is BCU Volleyball on the CatEye Network. Do you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Of course you do. Then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs. Hosted by voice of the Wildcats, Michael Trevillo, and featuring the expertise of sports information directors Bryce Winoski and Brian Harvey, Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune in to 1380 WLE every Saturday to catch the show live or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. That's Hail Wildcats Radio. We go to set number 2 here at Moore Gymnasium. Wildcats dropped the first one to Portland 25-22. Stats from the first set. Bethune-Cookman out-hit the Pilots 323 to 257, but had 3 less kills, and they lost the first set by 3. Both had 4 service errors. Portland's got to clean it up, though. 6 attack errors for the Pilots.
Yeah.
Michael Trevillo
and missed serves.
Yeah. Well, both teams missed 4 serves in that first set. One of them kind of not the Wildcats' fault, as Alicia Callender was confused on whether the whistle had blown or not. But it still counts.
Yep.
And in a set this close, every point matters.
Absolutely.
That's the difference between potentially 25-23 and 24 all.
Yeah, there's things that both teams can clean up. But Bethune did a nice job of hanging in there and played some great defense and had some good blocks. Just need to get a little more consistent, but that's what the beginning of the year tournaments are all about.
It almost looked like Bethune-Cookman in the middle of that set when Portland went on the run that eventually won them the set. It kind of got demoralized a little bit because the shots that they were hitting that were falling against Manhattan were being dug by Portland, especially that back left corner.
It's a little bit better defensive team than who they played earlier.
We get ready to start the second half from Moore Gym. No ceiling craziness yet in this one like we had in the first game. Although I will say in the last game between Stetson and Manhattan, the Stetson libero got completely undone as one of the first contacts hit one of the beams on the ceiling and ricocheted completely the other way.
Oh, no.
It's in play.
Yeah.
One of the quirks about this gym built in 1937, one of the oldest active college sports facilities in the country. Bethune-Cookman with the ball to start set number 2. Woodard Hart the first dig. Battle at the net. Collision between a couple of BCU players, and Hightower has to play it over calmly. To the middle and hitting the referee on the corner. Heads up, 1-0 BCU. There was a touch.
Yeah, the down ref is calling a touch on the block.
And we may see a challenge here, but I'm not sure if you're going to challenge it 0-0.
Yep,
Nope, here, okay. Coach Brittany Williams thought about challenging something in the first set, didn't eventually challenge, but now she'll take out the green card. In real time, to me, didn't look like there was a touch, but again, it's hard to see. We're pretty far back of the net. I'll go back and look at it in the live. Yeah, it looked like Hightower's hands got up there late and didn't touch the ball. But again, we only have one speed and one angle to look at it. They have a bunch of angles, including a camera positioned right on the net for that purpose.
Well, and we're just seeing it from the camera and from up above, because the camera's up above. If the down ref called it, she might have seen something that, from her angle, she could see where that even the up ref can't. That's why you have one on the ground and one up on the antenna.
Bethune-Cookman would love a good weekend here at home because they're not going to see this floor for a long time.
I couldn't believe when I saw the schedule.
After tomorrow's game against Stetson, they will not have another home match until the 4th of October when they start conference play against Alabama A&M. Wow. They're going to be in Tulsa next weekend as they play Tulsa, Oral Roberts, and Sam Houston State. then in Nashville, Tennessee to play Tennessee State, Georgia State, and Columbia, then in Jacksonville to play the Citadel and Jacksonville, then in Mississippi to play Mississippi Valley State and Jackson State, and finally back home.
Wow. That's tough.
But these, low major programs, and especially volleyball in the tournament scene, you don't play a lot of home matches preseason.
That's true.
I mean, last night I was watching a replay of the First Serve Classic they had up in Louisville last weekend with Nebraska, Kentucky, Louisville, and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
A great event packed out the KFC Yum Center up there in Louisville. It's crazy to see how the sport of volleyball has grown just in the past decade or so. It's the most attended or most participated in, women's sport in the country. It's overtaken soccer. And there was a block touch, so they're going to give the point to Portland. So it'll be 1-0 Pilots as Lucia Busso comes in. Busso, the junior outside hitter. Busso in the first set led the way with 4 kills for the Pilots. And there's still some confusion down there. We're not started up yet.
Call stands.
Well,
Point for Portland.
how you have to write it on the score sheet
In the Pilots lineup, number 8, Lucia Busso. The server, number 3.
takes a while.
Yeah. Vanna Heft on the service line for the Pilots. Here we go. Calendar to Hightower, middle and down.
Nice play.
I think the Wildcats would be well served to go back to that middle attack.
Yes, I agree. But you have to have the pass to be able to do that.
Yeah,
That was a great pass.
The middles for this Portland team have a lot better movement laterally, as that's a service ace off the hand of Mecca Freeman. And it's 2-1 BCU. But
That was a great serve.
it was, again, if you let a ball hang in the air, if you set pin to pin, these defenders are going to cover it.
Absolutely.
Portland tries a middle of their own, but misses. And it's 3-1 BCU. Now that's odd to me because that one looked like it took a touch on the way through.
Yeah,
but not called.
But it's on. It's the angle that we're on.
Calendar continues to serve. That was a late decision by Chalk to hit that. Nice dig by Calendar all the way up into the ceiling. Big swing from Phillips, kept alive by Portland. Back row attack and out, barely, from Larson.
Now Larson was asking for a touch on that, and I didn't see a touch on that either.
And, well, to my angle, that almost looked like it was in on the line. But again, the official right there on it called it out of play.
Yeah.
And these lines are not that easy to see. The gold on the hardwood floor. Pushed across, Robbins, touch shot, pushed back, saved by Chalk. Robbins again, into the tape, point BCU.
Yeah, there was no touch on the clock. That's 4 hits.
The Pilots, point for Bethune-Cookman. 5, serving 1.
And I'm honestly surprised that Larkin Chalk decided to play that ball out of the back. It looked like it was going to go long.
It did.
But a nice serving run here for Mecca Freeman continues. Quick set, middle, denied! Niara Hightower says, I'll have none of that.
And the bench is fired up.
Timeout, Portland. 6-1 Wildcats. And I can guarantee you that Coach Brittany Williams in the huddle in between sets asked for a response from her team, and she got it.
She did. Because Bethune in that first set, they were in it. They didn't have that same kind of celebration that they had in the first match today. It was like they were too serious, that they didn't think they could celebrate when they had good plays. But that's their personality as a team. They need to celebrate.
And warming up, both teams, but specifically the Wildcats, looked a little tired. It's late.
Yeah.
This game, first serve at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We've been here since 8 a.m., some of us. So it's been a long day.
Well, but the Bethune players haven't been here since
No.
8 o'clock.
But they have been here since pretty early in the afternoon because they
Yeah.
played at noon. Long day of volleyball. The Portland team was here at 8 a.m. because they were going through a walkthrough when I got here to set up the camera gear.
Yeah,
And especially coming from the West Coast,
exactly.
you don't have time to adjust. It maybe their brains must have thought it was 3 or 4 in the morning. And you got to get up and go to
Probably.
practice.
Portland 1, Becca Freeman remains on serve.
Mecca Freeman remains the server. 6-1 Wildcats in this
Another
set.
good serve.
Larson all the way across. Robbins, goodbye. Niara Hightower back-to-back blocks.
Joined at the net by Liz Phillips.
And both those blocks, her hands were pressed across that net. That was a wall.
That one long. Tough receive by Chalk. Touched over. Back set. Powered to the floor by Jasmine Robinson.
That was such a smart set.
It is 8-1 Bethune-Cookman.
8 serving 1.
Substitution for Portland as into the game for the first time comes the freshman Amaya Eason from Sandy, Oregon. She'll replace Larson. Eason just 5'4". That one short and in the net, and immediately Mecca Freeman puts her hands up and says, "I missed that one," and you could see it kind of came off her wrist
Yeah.
instead of her hand.
Yeah, she was trying to serve it short, but she made the mistake of tossing the ball too low. You still have to toss the ball high when you want to serve it short.
And the last 3 serves on that rally were like short, shorter, shortest, and eventually it found the net, service ace up into the rafters. It took it away from Robinson, and 2 straight for Portland, and it's 8-3. And another one. 2 straight aces for Maui Robbins, a player who led the West Coast Conference in aces last year.
And where do you think the serve's going to go again?
Right there.
She's going to have to make her prove that she can pass.
That time the libero covers it. Off the hands and to the floor.
Smart play.
Elizabeth Phillips gets the serve back for Bethune-Cookman. It's 9-4. Maui Robbins, the 3rd Robbins sister to play for the University of Portland volleyball team. Alexis and Kelly, and now Maui. Great dig.
Nice pancake.
Pancaked off the floor. Free ball for Portland. Back set, hammered down,
Oh,
kept alive. Off the net. The rally continues. Larson, and eventually it's a point for the Pilots.
Middle blocker couldn't quite get there in time to seal that block. Larson had a hole.
5 of the last 6 points for Portland here after the Wildcats led 8-1. Tight to the net, Calendar. Ooh, it dribbled over,
Yeah.
but Calendar touched the
Back
net.
row. No, that's
Oh,
a
a
back
throw.
row attack.
Point for the Pilots.
She might have been able to just let that ball go. It might have hit the net and dribbled over.
I guess in that case, she was trying to make sure it
Oh,
went
yeah.
over, and
She was trying to keep it on her side.
that time a better pass to the middle. K-Tall Price.
And again, it's so key for Bethune to pass the ball well.
A couple of subs for the Wildcats. A.J. Phillips and Nola Hemphill come in.
Along with number 19, Nola Hempel. Hempel will be the server.
The Wildcats this year have had to replace a lot of offensive firepower, lost their team leader in kills to the transfer portal out to the West Coast in UC Riverside. That was Mia Delahuse last year. Larson off of the head
Wow.
of K-Tall Price, and that was destined for our table up here.
Wow.
But it hit the roof.
I was afraid it was gonna, after it hit the ceiling, it was going to knock somebody in the head on the scorer's table.
Everybody's in play. Gotta
Yeah.
keep your head on a swivel, sometimes even more than basketball. There have been times where I've been doing basketball games down to the table and had to look out.
Yeah, I bet.
Back left corner serve. Hemphill, big swing, and that's out. And the Wildcats, after having all the momentum to start this set, that timeout by Megan Burton really changed things.
Yes.
And now Tsinoa Woodard-Hart back at the service line. And we have a loose shoe for K-Tall Price.
Little shoe timeout there.
Yeah. You don't want a loose shoelace going full speed.
No.
Price so recognizable with the goggles that she wears. Long pass. Over the block. Portland plays it. Back row attack. Long.
This hit was long. One for BCU.
And I'll say it again. Robbins does not like coming out of the back row with those attacks.
No.
Serving for the Wildcats, number 7, Liz Phillips.
BCU finally gets served back. Phillips now. They lead this one 11-8. Set 2. Down 1 set to love. Big swing from the middle. Nice dig by Poston. And a nice job finding the gap in the block by A.J. Simmons.
Nice adjustment. She took a hop step back so she could swing at that ball. Nice job.
You want to convert on at least a couple of these serves. That was a nice block at the pin by Simmons. Scrambled over by Portland. Lots of options. They go to Freeman. And Mecca tools the block into the crowd.
One for the Cats. 13 serving 8.
The Wildcats are at their best when they cause chaos off the service line.
Absolutely.
And then get a free ball back. That's on a good reception by Robbins and pushed across by Larson.
Larson's just so much taller than that block. She just pushed it over and down.
Listed at 6'2", would not be surprised if she's a little taller than that.
Yeah, and very long arms.
We have not seen the 6'3" Una Reykjavik for the Pilots yet. And I don't think she played in the first game either.
Oh.
So she
No.
may not be dressed.
That's a good pass.
Hemphill back set off the block.
Yeah.
A.J. Simmons with the kill.
A.J. Simmons, a really good shift for her in this rotation.
14 serving 9. The server, Riley.
I think if I were the setter right now for Bethune, I'd be going to her more often.
Simmons up to 4 kills on 8 attacks. Robbins in her wheelhouse, but the Wildcats can't keep it alive.
Yeah, that was tough, but she should have just put her double fists together and just popped that ball up rather than trying to set it. But it's hard when it's coming at you that fast.
Larkin shocked the redshirt sophomore from Belmont, California, back to serve for the Pilots. 14-10, the Wildcat lead. Overpass, converted.
Yeah, that was a tough serve.
The kill for the Pilots is number 3.
A rare kill for the setter, Havana Heft. It's always interesting. I look at the stats before each game, and as we get deeper into the season, it's always funny to see how many kills each setter has. Hemphill, back set, Simmons again. Kept off the floor by Eason. Robbins, she got that all kinds of wrong. And it's 15-11 Wildcats.
Substitutions for the maroon and gold. Back to the line.
Wildcats aggressively subbing players in and out.
Calendar is your
Trying to keep legs fresh for a potential long match here this evening. Alicia Callender comes back in. Middle attack, that one found the corner.
Yeah. That was a nice deep hit from the middle. You have to be up short because you've seen her hit short, so it was smart for her to go that deep corner.
Alicia Callender All SWAC second teamer back in 2022 and has led BCU in assists the last 2 years, and that's a great swing. But it comes back off the back of the wall and almost is saved by Chuck. Crazy. The wall giveth and the wall taketh away. We've also had, very rarely, serves be deflected back through the basketball hoop.
Oh my.
And that's an easy overpass for Niara Hightower to deal with.
Smart play by Hightower. She didn't have to try and kill it. Push it down to the floor.
Timeout Portland. They've already used both of theirs, and it's 17-12. Bethune-Cookman as they look to to even this matchup. It's been a long day. Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If you or your business is interested in partnering with us here at the CatEye Network, you can reach out to the Wildcat. I do not break on air very much. It's happened single-digit times over a decade-long career. That one got me. I apologize. Anyway, we'll come back to that later. But the Wildcats playing a lot better in this second set, out-hitting Portland 362 to 140 here in set number 2.
And they've kept the pressure on them with their serve and with their defense. Even when Portland is getting some good attacks, Bethune's digging that ball up and bringing it right back at him.
And they're diversifying the offense as well. Jasmine Robinson was basically the entire offense for the Wildcats in set number 1, but now she's been matched in kills by H.A. Simmons, and Hightower's only one behind her.
Yeah.
I'd still like to see the Wildcats try and set the middle a little bit more often.
But again, that depends on the pass. I'd rather them not try and force it to the middle.
Becca Freeman serving after the timeout, really tight on the pass. Robinson plays it up, set near side, tapped over.
That's a nice save. That was a tight set.
Robbins over the block, Poston, saved. And a free ball for Portland. Here come the Pilots, set, far pin, big swing, and in the corner for Maui Robbins.
You can't give a team like Portland that many swings.
That was the one thing where in the first match today, you highlighted as a concern for the Wildcats. They got outswung by Manhattan by almost double. They still won the match because Manhattan, a lot of those swings were errors.
Yes.
But you continue to give your opponent chances, and a good opponent like this is going to take advantage. Big swing, Robinson, did it get a touch? No. 17-14, 2 straight for Portland, and 4 of the last 5 for the Pilots. Robbins back to serve. Callender pushes it across. Nice save by Elizabeth Phillips. Middle attack, up into the rafters. Where's it coming down? Onto the arms of Callender. Another free ball played over by the Wildcats. This time near pin, and it hits the pin.
Wow.
I think that's the first mistake we've seen Elle Larson make.
That was an unforced error, too. That was very strange.
Simply back to serve for the Wildcats.
Correction, her second error. Hightower serving for BCU up 18-14. They attack Larson. That's a great pass. And a big swing is going to go all the way to the wall. And it's 18-15.
That's when, as a defensive player, you got to try and hit the rafter, right? Let it come back into the court.
The problem is there's so many different angles of beams and speakers and AC units up there. Who knows where it's going? Robinson, oh, that was hit straight back in her face by Larson and Bray.
I would have liked to seen that pass get set to the middle on that play. That was a great pass. Go ahead and feed your middle.
And the Wildcats now take a timeout. Let's try this again. Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If you or your business is interested in partnering with us here on the CatEye Network, You can reach out to the Wildcats Athletic Communications Department at bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. That's bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu, and your business could be on air with the Wildcats. Maui Robbins leads all scorers with 8 kills, 11 points on 22 swings. For the Wildcats, they're led by Simmons with 5, Robinson with 5, 6.5 points for Hightower, though, with the 3 blocks. And Maui Robbins, the main offensive weapon for this Portland team, was ranked number 8 in all of Hawaii for his senior season.
And that's hard. That means something. Those islands are crazy about volleyball.
Volleyball is very big in Hawaii.
Yes.
2021 Hawaii Gatorade Player of the Year.
Wow.
And you can see why. She can jump out of the gym. She's got a cannon of a right arm. Wildcats down a set, but up 2 points in this second one. But Portland has come on strong. They've scored 4 of the last 5, forcing BC
There's
to call
a good pass.
the timeout. Big swing, and that one hit the ceiling and went over the net. It'll be a point for BCU. But that's one, if you're in a gym with a tall ceiling, that one's going straight up and down, and and Portland's going to have to get a chance to
Gonna have
play
a
it.
play on it. Yeah, for sure.
So that's one that the ceiling taketh away. I was up last year at the University of Florida watching the Gators play Wisconsin, and there was one serve.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here, what they're questioning.
Maybe the house rule that if it hits the ceiling and comes back over the net, it's a point.
I think
It's like it's out of bounds.
I think it was more about she was asking where they were in the rotation.
Oh.
Maybe. Okay.
But anyway,
Sorry.
like there was one serve received, went up and hit the scoreboard and deflected
Wow.
out of play, and the person sitting next to me turned to me and said, "I'd never seen that before." And I said, "Well," as a nice kill by Portland.
Those scoreboards are pretty. That scoreboard's up high.
Yeah, 1917. But I said, "Well, I see that all the time because the ceiling of the gym that I work in is lower than the height of that scoreboard."
Yeah.
Anyway, 1917. The lead is the smallest it's been in a long time in this second set. Woodard Hart serving for Portland.
Good pass.
Wildcats need some offense here. Can't get it that time from Simmons. And a poor reception
Yeah.
by Nola Hemphill.
It's like she
And-
couldn't make up her mind how to play that ball.
The gap is 1, 19-18.
Again, I'd like to see Bethune set the middle.
They go far pin again. A diving reception by Hart. Wildcats keep it alive. Far side again, touched over. Chalk plays it. Larson touched. Phillips can't get it to fall. Middle. Played up again, tight to the net. Price dumps it over. Larson down.
They got to set her higher.
And we are tied up at 19. The Wildcats at one point led by 8 in this set. And we are tied up after 2 back-to-back timeouts taken by Portland. That's a service error. The one big heel for Portland in the first set was service errors. That was their first of the set. Larson, that time it was high. A lot of activity at the net. Sent a nice tool by Becca Freeman. Wildcats go back up in front, 21-19. Looking to close this one out and tie the match. Phillips serving. Near side Larson again, big swing, out of play. No touch, point Bethune-Cookman. And again, the attack errors mounting up for Portland. That's their 9th of the set. In system, back set, slide attack down in front of the net. 22-20.
I was going to say, a lot of Portland's errors, too, have really been unforced errors.
I remember Larson just hitting the pin on an open swing.
Yeah.
Their hitting percentage for the set, Portland, is down to under 100.
Wow.
But still they're within 2. Big swing off the block. Freeman, high hands. They try the slide again, and it's out again.
That was closer.
But that's 2 points in a row that Portland went to the exact same pattern and missed it both times.
Yeah.
That was Nevaeh Bray on both errors.
That second one was a lot closer to that line.
Robbins,
Yeah,
that's a
throw.
push.
Yeah, that's a throw.
The Wildcats were on the wrong end of one of those in set 2 of the first game. And the Wildcats, for the first time tonight, have set point 24-20 as they've reeled off 5 straight. Robbins kept alive, touched over by Hightower. Here come the Pilots again. Robbins again. Nothing Hemphill can do with that one. 24-21.
Just if you're Bethune, you say, okay, that was a good hit. Let's get a pass set and a good hit of our own, and we win this game.
At the line, Larkin shocked the libero.
Good
To
pass.
her other libero. Hightower, they set the middle, but she missed. Looks like she was trying to tool the block and just missed the hands.
Get on top of that ball a little bit more, and that stays in. I like her going to the middle, though.
Crowd here wants the Wildcats to close this one out. And they do. That one found the corner. It was touched anyway. And the Wildcats tie the match 1 apiece. 25-22 in that one. It was also 25-22 in the first set.
Yep.
This game is as close as it can be. It's now a best-of-3 match as we head to the third. This is BCU Volleyball on the CatEye Network. We are back inside Moore Gym. The Wildcats have tied this one up 1 set apiece. Some second set numbers to you. The Wildcats won it 25-22. 12 kills to 13. Portland won that one in kills, but 11 attack errors. The Pilots have killed themselves on errors in this so far this match. 10 more attack attempts for the Pilots. But the Wildcats hit 226 to the Pilots, just .49 in that second set. Again, the hitting percentage stands out.
Absolutely.
And the attack errors stand out. Both teams cleaned up on the service errors, just one apiece in set number 2. And I saw a lot more safe serves from both teams as well. Set 1, they're both trying to make an impression, get those aces, force some mistakes, but they settled down a little bit. Michael Torillo, Cheryl Carlson with you from the broadcast table here at Moore Gym. Second of 12 home matches this season for the Wildcats. And again, they won't be here again until October 4th. So get out tomorrow and see the Cats as they take on the Stetson Hatters at 1:30. It'll be a good warm-up for the Wildcat fans before the football game at 7 p.m. Portland taking a long time in their huddle. Bethune-Cookman's already on the floor. They're dancing, they're loose. I think it was important to come back and win that set after Portland tied it up at 19 all.
Yeah, Portland was a little late getting their lineup page in.
Here we go. Portland to serve. It'll be Larson on the line.
Scorekeeper just got it from the second referee. She's having to come over and get it right now. Check the lineup. She went to the wrong side.
When I first started covering volleyball, they were still in COVID regulations and not swapping benches.
Correct.
Back in 2020, 2021.
Correct. You
So
just stayed where you were.
The whole swapping benches thing is still pretty new to me, and it's the only sport that I know that does that. But again, at a gym like this where both sides are so different, it's important to have that equality.
Correct. Even more so in the beach, in beach volleyball.
Yeah, because then you have wind and sun.
Correct.
Those of you who just watch the Olympics and want more volleyball in your life, welcome. We've got almost 100 of you tuned in to the CatEye Network on this Friday evening. We appreciate your company, whether you're a fan of Bethune-Cookman, Portland, or just college volleyball. Every home game of the Wildcats schedule will be right here on CatEye Network.
Okay,
we're still waiting for
We're still having
set
issues
3.
with the lineup here.
Now,
or
is this something that potentially could dock the Pilots a point, or is there an in-game repercussion for this?
It was kind of late getting the lineup in, but the scorekeepers are having a few issues down there.
Yeah, well, here we go. Because in basketball, if you're late submitting your lineup in the first half or second half, the other team starts with a free throw.
Correct.
Here's Hightower, missed it. First swing of the set goes to Portland. The Wildcats had such a fast start to set 2. They ran out to an 8-1 lead before back-to-back timeouts for Portland. Eventually got the Pilots in it. Gonna have to start similarly here. Calendar back set. Freeman blocked. Nevaeh Bray.
Need a pass here that they can try and go middle with.
It's all about serve receive. Larson, third straight time at the service line. They go near pin. Robinson blocked. Wildcats keep it alive. Dumped. Great dig by Heft. But a free ball for Bethune-Cookman. Calendar middle. Swung hard and killed by Hightower.
With a little assist from the net.
They all count the same.
You got that right.
Every time I see that net riffle like that, when somebody's hitting so close to it, I'm afraid they're going to call a net violation.
Yeah. She was far enough away from it.
Becca Freeman, a great serve. She was really great at
Nice
serving in the
serve.
second set and picks up the ace. A couple of BCU students have made their way down to Moore Gym. I see a couple of players on the basketball team as well supporting the women's volleyball team. Pushed across, big swing.
Good defense.
Robinson. Tame ball, slide attack, pushed over. Hightower pops it up. Back row attack, Freeman. Middle. Dug out by Calendar. Libero set. All the way up into the rafters as the rally continues. Robbins got it.
Yeah, those hands weren't across the net. They were just up there waiting for somebody to tool off of.
3-2 Pilots.
Back to serve, number 14.
Woodard Hart back to serve to Noah. First team All-League and All-City in Los Angeles as a high school player. Robinson, kaboom off the block. Oh, what a dig. Diving by Chalk to keep it alive. Robinson again. This time takes something off it. Overpass.
Smart
Put down.
play.
That was all caused by the chaos and the power of Jasmine Robinson.
Absolutely.
But I will note that Larkin Chalk, who started at libero, has changed jerseys. She's now a defensive specialist. And Tanoa Woodward Hart has put on the libero shirt as a service error from Hightower. Ties this game at 3.
She can do that sometimes. She just doesn't toss the ball high enough sometimes.
The server, number 3, Havana Hall.
Correction, 4-3 Pilots. Heft. Part of this Pilots team last year, Heft, but redshirted and did not see game action. Robinson, big swing, and it's down. The freshman Amaya Eason, welcome to college volleyball.
Substitution for the Wildcats, number 19, Golden Hempel, number 9, A.J. Simmons.
And I say that kind of in jest, but really there is a big speed adjustment
Oh, gosh,
that freshmen
yeah.
have to make when stepping up to the college ranks.
Absolutely.
Players here are bigger, stronger, faster, hit the ball harder. Big swing, and that's the first touch of the ball in this set for Lucia Busso. 5-4 Portland as the teams trade back and forth. Ellen Larson comes back in. Larson's been the bane of the Wildcats' existence on that left side. 19 total attacks for Larson, second on the team. Service error. Another one for Portland.
It'll be 5 serving 5. Liz Phillips to serve.
Portland right in front of that BCU student section.
Yeah.
Known for their rowdiness, known for their ability to get on you and get in your head. You see it a lot in basketball with missed free throws and turnovers. Tight to the net, Larson, it hangs there. Wildcats have to play it, pushed over, free ball for the Pilots. Here they come, back set near pin, long and no touch, point Wildcats. So that was Busso swinging with her offhand.
Yeah.
Wildcats take their first lead of the set, 6-5. Phillips the serve. All the way back across. Big swing Larson blocked, but it just creeps over the net. That's one of those with a middle blocker you want to have back.
Now serving number 18, Tina Galvani.
And the volleyball is designed in such a way where the air currents as the ball is played have such an effect on how it moves.
Yeah, it can.
Calendar tools it. Point BCU. I was talking to Taylor, my broadcast analyst from last year, and she said the reason that some players serve with no spin on it is it acts like a knuckleball
Exactly.
in baseball, and you never know how that ball's going to fly in the air.
It's much harder to receive a floater serve than it is a topspin serve.
That's a great shot. It's out of bounds. Oh, no, it's in. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, that was in.
Point for Portland.
Again, it's really hard to see that line on the far side from where we are. Although, from just scrolling around on social media between games, I did find a court that's probably harder to see than ours is. Duke University has a lighter wood court
Yeah.
and white lines. I'm not sure how anybody sees those. Callender, took a lot of speed off of that. Portland has to scramble it. And out of bounds from Larson. She thinks there was a block. You may see a challenge here.
She was trying. She was trying. I think she outsmarted herself a little bit and pushed it a little bit too hard.
Alicia Callender. 2 straight years the leader in assists on this Wildcats team. With the serve. Wildcats up into the rafters, right by the crowd. It's kept alive by Robinson, free ball. Larson in the middle, boom.
Yeah.
She had all the time in the world to line that one up.
And that was a smart play to bring her in and hit inside more than outside. A little bit quicker to get to her. There wasn't a block there.
Larson was back to serve, but she'll be subbed out for Amaya Eason. And Eason will go back there. Amaya from Sandy, Oregon, 4 years on varsity at Barlow High School. Long hold before this serve. 8-all, set 3. Callender, Robinson.
Nice
Blocked.
coverage.
Hightower can't get it over.
Good idea.
And they has tried some of those inventive shots, shall we say. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't.
Yeah.
And then the Pilots give it right back.
You count on them to serve it in the middle of the net. That's so frustrating as a coach when your team does that.
7 service errors on the night for Portland.
That's so frustrating.
9-all, Callender serving. Sorry, Freeman. Long run for Heft to get that ball, but it's played perfectly to Robbins.
Yeah, that was a nice swing.
Maui Robbins' sister Kelly was the team leader in digs a season ago, then graduated. And her sister was the team leader in aces and kills. Middle.
Nice.
Boom. There's that middle attack that you wanted.
Yep. Okay. Now I want her to go back there and serve the ball over and in.
And it's a long run for Hightower to get back to the net. That
Nice
one is
serve.
in.
Nice serve.
And a joust won by BCU, free ball. Here come the Cats, push to far pin. It's hit. That one straight over the net. Taking a swing on Neeson. Robbins down the line. What a point for Portland.
What a great rally.
And how about Amaya Eason making up for some of her mistakes earlier, keeping that one alive at full stretch. And they'll bring Busso back in.
Now serving.
Busso now in her 3rd season at Portland. Played all but 1 match last year for the Pilots. Callender in the middle. Price can't get it down. Back set near pin. And a collision in the middle. And
That's not.
Alicia Callender took one in the face from her teammate.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens. See, I can read her lips from up here. She says, I'm fine. And that one's gotta hurt, and there'll probably be a bruise on that one in the morning.
That's when somebody's got to call that ball. They both went for it, but nobody called it. Just make sure that nothing's. Got to make sure there's no blood.
Callender had 10+ assists in 18 straight games at the back end of last season, so kind of shows you how valuable she is to this BCU team. As hopefully just a coming together in the middle and nothing further, as her nose is being attended to by the athletic trainer.
I think you only get a certain amount of time, though, and then you have to sub out if it's going to take longer than that.
And if you are down your top setter, this is a huge spot for freshman Nola Hempel, And she's probably going to have to play every rotation now with nobody behind her, at least nobody that we've seen so far. The sophomore Gianna Mora out of St. John's River State, a junior college transfer, is also listed as a setter on this roster. Has not played this season, did not even really play in the scrimmages preseason. That's how light the Wildcats are at setter. Calendar's gonna gut it out though. She's gonna stay in there. And Hannah Heft will continue to serve. 2 straight for Portland. They lead at 12-10 in the third. The all-important third set.
Good pass.
Calendar, nice pass. Portland keeps it alive. Back set, blocked. Again, the Pilots come. Robbins tips it, out of play.
Oh, out of bounds. Wow. That's an unforced error right there.
And another one. This just popped into my head. I would like to know what the percentages are on teams that win the third set, win the match in matches that go beyond 3 sets. It's probably a majority.
Probably.
Busso blocked and down. CatEye Price and AJ Simmons slam the door shut on the touch shot. Calendar now back on the bench. She served her rotation, then was subbed out. And now it's the freshman Nola Hempel. I thought that was going to clear the net and be a real problem for Portland. It just didn't have enough on it. 13-12 Pilots.
Portland substitution back into the lineup, number 11, Larson.
It's interesting watching Portland sub that they're bringing the 6'2 Larson in for the 5'4 Eason every time and back and forth.
Yep.
That was a late decision by Simmons to play that. Now Simmons gets another chance and she tools the block. Correction, Phillips.
With the VCU point. She'll be the server, 13, serving 13.
A big spot, as I mentioned, for the freshman Nola Hempel. Larson, tough serve receive. Robbins off the ceiling. This one's got to go. It does. Here come the Cats. Hempel sets it up, and that was not a great set.
No, that was a free ball that was not handled well.
Number 18, Galway, and number 8, Musso. Combining for the Portland point. 14 serving 13. Now back to serve, number 18, Diana Galway.
Here's the former All-West Coast Conference freshman. Kawhi serving, and she get the ace.
Yeah.
4 hits to call against BCU. Point for Portland.
Got to
15 serving 13.
Bethune's got to pass this ball.
The Wildcats had all the momentum. They tied it up at 13, and then one mistake by the setter, and just like that, it's 15-13.
That's a good pass.
Hempel, that time, Calendar, correction, Freeman. And that's interesting, right? She's at the left pin, hitting with her right hand. And if you're trying to push that ball back inside and not get tooled, it's hard when it's coming from an angle you're not expecting.
Correct.
Riley Davis back to serve. Cats down 1, 15-14. Big swing, Larson.
Yeah. That was in her breadbasket right there. That set was right where she wants it.
When Portland is able to play in system, they are the better team. The Wildcats have to thrive on causing chaos. 16-14. And here's Larkin Shock. Touch shot.
Smart play, it's going over.
Joust. Wildcats survive. Tight at the net, pushed. Middle attack. Robbins, dug. Overpass. Out of play. Wildcat point.
Off the swing of Portland. One for the maroon and gold.
Cue chaos.
Yep.
Wildcat substitutions. Number 4, Alicia Callender returns to the lineup.
Wildcats are still out hitting Portland in this match, 227 to 162. And Alicia Callender is back in and serving. How do you like that? Pipe attack, blocked.
Oh, nice up.
Pushed across.
What a
Did not
great
find the
smart
corner.
shot.
Oh, you betcha.
What a smart shot. That is such great court awareness right there.
Alicia Callender gutting it out. 16 all.
Another good serve. Good pass.
Larson blocked. It hit the pin. Another unforced error from Larson, and the Wildcats take the lead. Timeout, Pilots. 3 of the last 4 for the Wildcats. Football is finally here, and the CatEye Network is your home for all the gridiron action this season. Listen live to every game on youtube.com/CatEye Network or locally at 1380 WELE in Daytona Beach. Tomorrow night, the Cats travel to Tampa for the 2024 season opener as they take on the Bulls of USF. Catch every second of the action right here on the CatEye Network or 1380 WELE. In between sets, I posed the question to you, will this team fold? Because last year, tied at 1, they folded a lot. They went away in close games and didn't see it out. This looks like a different team mentally than last year, even though we're only 2 games into the season.
But they are a different team. It's a brand new year. There's some different players on the team.
New assistant coach as well. Rachel Henderson comes in from Tennessee State, where she was a great player, all OVC. I was talking to Coach Williams in the offseason, and she said that Bethune-Cookman actually recruited Henderson as a player, but were outbid by Tennessee State. Well, now they've got her as an assistant coach. 17-16, BCU on top here in set 3, tied 1 all. Alicia Callender still serving. She's got the last 2 points from that service line. Straight at the libero, middle, and put down by Nevaeh Bray.
That was a great set. To the middle.
If there's anybody in this tournament that doesn't play for Bethune-Cookman that knows this gym, it's Nevaeh Bray. She played in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, was a transfer from Jackson State, actually started at Portland, went to Jackson State, and is now back for her graduate year.
In Portland, yeah. Okay, good pass.
Callender touches it into the donut. Big swing, Robbins off the block.
Good block.
Robinson
Smart.
took a bit off of it.
Smart off-speed shot. If she had hit that hard, that would have been blocked. That was a smart off-speed shot.
And that's the first time I think she's hit an off-speed shot, not just in this match, but today.
Could be.
Usually she just goes with power, but that time took a lot off of it and confused the defense.
That was a nice serve.
Up into the ceiling. Robbins to the middle. Robinson, kaboom! That time she goes for power. 19-17 Wildcats.
Point for the Wildcats, 19 serving 17.
Big float serve. Right to Chalk. Robbins.
Give the field to number 1, Natalie Robbins.
In real time, it almost looked like a push to me, but
her hand never went underneath the, she was up on top of it and pushed it down. That's not considered a carry. It's when your hand goes from here and then over top of it. Or if you're behind the ball. She was on top of the ball the whole time.
Hart serves, middle attack.
Wow.
Oh, she got it again. Niara Hightower. And now she'll serve.
And again, now she has to go serve this ball over and in.
Hightower has been an inconsistent server in her BCU career. Last season, 8 aces, 23 errors. Wildcats need this one up 20-18. She plays it
Good
safe.
serve. That's okay.
Middle attack, bang.
Portland says we can do that too.
Yeah. And
This
Taina,
has turned into a really fun match.
Taina Kawhi and Jasmine Robinson, they both wear number 18. They're both kind of similar builds as well, and very similar play styles. It's been fun to watch them go at each other at the net. 2019, BCU still on top, but receiving serve, which they do. Calendar back to the near side, touched over. And a point for BCU.
Block was in the net.
The swing is from Phillips. Point for BCU. Returning to the Cats lineup, number 19, Noah Hempel, number 9, AJ Simmons.
And this says a lot about Coach Williams' belief in Noah Hempel. 21-19 at a crucial set. She brings the freshman back in. She'll serve.
Nice
Great serve. Robbins, that's a great shot.
She's good.
And now she goes back to serve as this remains a one-point game. 21-20.
Now the pressure's on her. Can she serve the ball over and in?
Robbins, 3 aces, 3 errors on the match. That one's in.
Good pass.
Hempel, near side, big swing, out of bounds. Wildcats up 22-20. And that's the first kill for AJ Simmons in a bit.
Serving 20, now serving for the Wildcats, number 7, Liz Phillips.
Wildcats look content to play on one side, not play those really long sets. That one's going to be out.
No. All right.
Now serving for the Pilots.
Shake that off and get the side out right here.
21 serving 22.
2 errors each in this set. Service errors, that is. Long run for Hemphill. She sets near side. Soft shot from Freeman. It comes back. Big block on Busso, but it's out.
Off the block for BCU. With the kill to the Pilots.
Tie game at 22. Timeout BCU.
All tied at 22 here in set number 3.
Pilots not going away. They could have easily folded in 2017, but they've come back to tie it at 22 apiece. And it's been mostly the offense from Lucia Busso.
Yes.
Robbins a little bit quiet here in this third set. She did have that one big swing from the back row. But other than that, it's been Busso, it's been Kawhi, and it's been Bray.
Yeah. And Bethune, the last few serve receives, the pass hasn't been quite as crisp as it was at the beginning of this game.
We've got the down official talking to the DJ, dancing to the music. And even as an official, I've never ref volleyball, but I've ref soccer and baseball. And when both teams are into the game and it's a highly contested contest like this, you enjoy it too.
Yeah, I think the only people who don't are the coaches.
They'd rather you.
It's very nerve-wracking.
They'd rather you dominate all 3 sets and get out of there.
Exactly.
22 all. It's a best of 3 for this third set.
We return to the action, all tied at 22.
Both teams still have one timeout left.
Taina Kawhi to serve. She's all the way back by the basketball baseline.
Good pass.
Hemphill setting it up. Freeman no good on that one. High over the block. Here comes Portland. Back set, big swing, blocked! Mecca Freeman hasn't really been in there for her defense much today, but she makes the big play there. 23-22.
Yeah, I think if I was Portland's setter on that play, I would have just gone to Larson, but
Larson in the back row.
I would have set her back row.
They serve Larson. Overpass. Put down by Hightower. Set point BCU.
I'm really surprised by Larson's passing because she's a beach volleyball player, and she has not passed well tonight at all.
Timeout Portland. They used their last one. Use it to lose it. Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com and click on shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's bcuathletics.com and click on shop. Wildcats 1 point away from a massive third set win here. What's the play? What's the serve? It's all being drawn up by Coach Williams in that huddle. This is when you have to hold your nerve. The quip is the game is 90% mental and 10% physical. I don't really believe that's true most of the time, but right now it definitely is. Portland taking all the time they're allowed in the huddle.
I don't blame them.
Head coach Megan Burton drawing something up on the defensive side. Their serve receive hasn't really been as good as it was in the first set in this third.
I'm serving to Larson.
It's Larson, Robbins, and the libero Hart on the back row. Here's the serve. It goes back middle. Back set, big swing. It's wide. Set BCU. They lead this one 2-1. And another attack error to finish it for Portland.
Yeah, and actually Larson was front row on that play, and they didn't set her. That's surprising.
Well, they went to Busso, who's been probably their more consistent hitter, but she missed it. And we'll take a quick break and be right back. This is BCU Volleyball on the CatEye Network. We go to the fourth here at Moore Gymnasium. Bethune-Cookman came from behind in set 3 to take a 2-1 lead over the Portland Pilots. All 3 sets have gone 25-22. That one no different. Stats from set number 3. Both teams had 14 kills, 8 attack errors for Portland as that continues to hamper them throughout this match. Wildcats hit 263, Pilots hit 167. 1 ace for the Wildcats, 2 errors each, 2 blocks each in that set. And again, attack errors. It's been killing Portland all night long, and in these close sets, that's the difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the match, 25 errors on Portland.
Wow.
Manhattan, for reference, had 30 in a 4-set match against us earlier this afternoon, and that was the big reason that the Wildcats ran away with that one late.
Right. Yeah.
But again,
it'll be interesting to see if Bethune can really kind of stomp on them a little bit at the beginning of the game if Portland just doesn't fade.
Well, Portland, remember, came out really strong in set 3. They led 5-1.
But now they're down 2 games to 1. See if Bethune can put some real pressure on them in the beginning and see what happens.
Checking in on your statistical leaders for both teams. For Portland, Robbins, 17.5 points on 14 kills. She leads the way. Busso, 10 kills. Larson, 8 for Bethune-Cookman. Hightower leads the way with 9. Robinson, 8. Freeman, 6. But again, they've got a lot of their work done off the Portland miscues.
Absolutely. But they've caused some of those miscues as well.
And again, the defense of Bethune-Cookman at the net, strong as always. 6 blocks to Portland's 3 on the match. Nara Hightower responsible for 4 of those 6. The others, 1 from Freeman and a half each from Phillips, Simmons, and Price.
Well,
I'll tell you.
And as a hitter, when you're playing a good blocking team, that can make you press, and that can cause those errors.
I'll tell you what, though, if the Wildcats do prevail tonight and go 2-0 on day 1, that's putting the SWAC on notice.
Yep.
This was a team picked to finish 6th place in the conference, and they are not playing like it so far on day 1. Alicia Callender, who's battled some injuries, took a shot in the face from her own libero in the middle of the last set, went out, got some treatment, and is now back to serve to start set number 4. Wildcats up 2-1 here at Moore Gymnasium. Trying to ride the momentum of this home court advantage and this crowd. They be little, but they be fierce tonight at Moore Gym. Here we go. Larson blocked. They start as they mean to go on. A combo from Robinson and Hightower.
That's a good way to start. What a block. You could see, though, how their hands were pressed across that net. Good serve.
But a really high pass, but Larson controlled it well, 1-all. There was a half second while that ball was in flight off the set that I thought it was going to hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
And a lot of what Portland worked on in walkthrough this morning was not setting too high. They looked
because of ceiling.
They worked on a lot of push sets, a lot of flat sets. They go middle. Hightower stuffed. Kept alive by Robinson. This time,
Smart
Freeman.
play.
Diving stop, Robbins in the middle. Diving dig from Riley Davis. Free ball for Portland. Here come the Pilots' middle attack. Boom!
Yeah.
And Callender can't save it. 2-1 Portland. Well, all the Wildcats have to do is keep this one close. Put the pressure on the Pilots they've done themselves in the last 2 sets. First contact goes straight up in the air. Robinson, boom!
Nice.
I get the feeling we're going to be saying that a lot this year.
It's important, though, that Bethune keeps the pressure on with their serve and their serve receive.
Freeman, good serve. Far pin. Dugout Poston. Big swing. And down. Elizabeth Phillips. 3-1, or 3-2, excuse me, BCU. And the outsides for the Wildcats, not named Jasmine Robinson this match, have not really been there. They need a Freeman or a Phillips to step up here. High touch by Hightower. They're going to set the middle. Hightower taps it. Played by Busso. Back to her. And Kawhi.
Hightower was just a little early on that. Didn't quite get her feet there to the block and tried to reach with that right hand.
And here's this interesting sub, the 5'4" Eason for the 6'2" Larson. Eason to serve. And if you go small like that, there's going to be a hole somewhere. Callender continues the momentum, and it is in. Touch, excuse me. BCU up 4-3. Hightower, this is the game, the part of her game she needs to work on the most, these serves. That one's in. And almost overpassed. And out. Robbins couldn't control it. And it all starts with that serve receive.
And Hightower has done a good job in this match of making sure she's serving that ball over and in. Another good serve.
This time in system middle, out of play.
That was out, yeah.
That almost looked like it came off the
hit the
thumb.
coach.
Well, yeah, it looked like it came off the thumb of Kawhi instead of hitting her palm.
Yeah, could be.
Hightower stops to tie her shoe. Wildcats have scored 5 of the last 6. They lead 6-3. Still nobody on the Wildcats is in double digits for kills tonight.
It's been a team effort. It's been good.
Hightower serves again. Back left and an
Nice
ace.
serve.
They are going right at the freshman Amaya Eason.
Yeah, that ball died, though. That ball died.
And that's why
That
you
was a
serve without
great
spin.
floater serve.
I'm guessing she's going to go right back at her. She does, but the libero comes to cover. Robbins, big swing.
Yeah.
And if I'm Portland, I'm going to go to number 1 until they can prove to me they can stop it.
Correct.
Kawhi back serving.
Nice pass.
Calendar height to the net. Not a great set, but K-Tall Price handles it. 8-4.
She did a nice job of making sure she didn't kind of catch that and throw it. She just tipped it over. That was a smart play.
We talked a lot about the Wildcats' schedule. Portland, after this weekend, they'll play Manhattan College tomorrow. Then go on the road to UC Irvine. They'll play Idaho State Bradley and the hosts Irvine out in California next weekend. And then finally a home match as they start their home schedule against the University of Seattle. And the WCC has an interesting schedule where you play home at an opponent, then away at an opponent. So you see the same opponent twice in a weekend. Big swing. Tight to the left side. Bouchot, miscommunication.
That could have easily have been called a throw. That could have been called a carry. That ball stayed in her hand quite a long time.
But a little miscommunication on the back line there for BCU. Nobody knew who to come, or sorry, nobody knew who was supposed to pick that up.
Yeah.
Another conference that does that scheduling, that's an ace. Poor serve receive for Freeman, and it's 8-6. But the Sun Belt also does that, but they play series.
Yeah.
So they'll go one place for a weekend, play 3 games, and they'll only see that team once instead of seeing them once home, once away.
Well, as these conferences keep getting bigger and bigger and further apart from each other, they have to do something.
Robinson. Oh, that stayed in play. Off the AC unit. And the top of the thing, Robinson, that time, she doesn't miss.
Yeah.
And who's ever on that left side for Bethune-Cookman has to know they got to prep for that big shot from Robbins.
Yep. Good pass.
Hemphill. Oh, went for the back corner. Eason finds it. Robbins, big swing into the pin. Point for Portland, and it's tied at 8.
Might be a good time to take a timeout. No? Okay.
They're going to let him play through it.
Just talking to our front row what they need to do.
If the Wildcats can get one in-system play here,
There you go.
or that also
Well,
works.
then don't take a timeout.
8th service error of the match for Portland. Bethune-Cookman also has 8. But 4 of those for the Wildcats came in the first set.
Yeah.
And that really killed them in a set they lost by 3. They had 4 service errors. Robbins, another big swing. They just have no answer for it right now.
I don't know. I'd almost serve to her. I'd make her have to pass the ball.
Now she's serving as Larson comes back in for Eason. Second on the team last season in points, Larson, 277, and kills, 191 on an all-conference selection in the West Coast Conference. Big swing, high off the hands. Portland keeps it alive, back to Larson. That's off the block and out. Portland takes the lead.
Didn't press over the net that time. Bethune needs somebody to pick it up right here, make a big play and pick up the momentum back.
Portland's got 5 of the last 6 points. And all the momentum, Larson touches it, out. No touch.
Oh.
And, yes, a touch.
No, she's gonna.
And, yeah.
She was standing right there. She's not gonna let that one go.
And even from my angle, I didn't think it got a touch. I think it touched the top of the net. But we shall see.
She was standing right there next to the court, and she was immediately going after that challenge.
Yeah, I can even see it from our replay. It hits the net.
Yeah, not the hands.
And not the hands.
Yeah.
So a good challenge.
But from the line judge's perspective, they didn't see that. They thought they saw a touch.
Yeah. So we will see. They'll go to the monitor.
Yeah.
And if the Wildcats need to pick this up, because if they pick it up, they're up 10-9. If they don't, they're down 10-9.
Correct. But it looks pretty clear.
It looks clear in real time, and on the real-time replay, the slow-mo may show us something else, but we'll see. The implementation of video replay across all sports has been
interesting.
Yeah, and received differently wherever you look. There's sports like soccer where they don't want it at all, and then sports like volleyball and tennis where it's become a part of life, especially as more arenas implement the Bolt 6 automatic scoring system like they have for tennis. That was really interesting when I was watching both the Olympics and the AVCA First Serve Classic last week. There were no line judges. Everything's done by computer.
Yeah. And watching the Olympics was fascinating. You didn't have line judges, and you couldn't protest in or out.
Yep.
It was either in or it was out, and the camera saw it.
And the up official had a little monitor on his stand, and it told him where it was.
Yep.
Now a call like that with no subjectivity, I am okay with leaving it to video like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but in or out, no. But
Yeah.
everything else, yeah.
But block touches, right? There are times where it can touch a fingernail and not affect the trajectory of the ball at all.
Right.
And I've seen a lot where coaches challenge and you don't see it real time, and then they slow it down, and there you go.
And you still can't protest, carries or whatever. It is what it is.
No touch, point BCU. And we thought that was going to be the call, and it was. Big one for the Wildcats.
Well,
they go up 10-9.
Like we said, Coach was standing right there, just like where she is right now.
And
she's standing right there on that line.
And she sprinted
she
to the table for that green card.
Did.
Riley Davis with the nice serve, and then she'll receive the touch. Big swing, off the block, point BCU. Simmons with a nice hammer, off the block. And again, you've got to use that block as a tool. It's going to be there for Portland. You're not going to power through it like you did earlier against Manhattan. Big swing from Larson, and it goes through.
Yep. She didn't have that inside hand. She didn't have her left hand pressed across enough, and it snuck underneath her.
Tanoa Woodard-Hart. Back to serve for Portland. Jump serve. Almost went long, but played by the Wildcats. Tight to the net, big swing, and it's out of play.
Smart play.
Becca Freeman picks up the kill.
Just going after those high hands out of bounds.
Last year as a whole, Portland hit 169 across the entirety of their season, and their opponents hit 247.
Wow.
And you're kind of seeing that exactly mirrored in the stats tonight.
Yes.
Tight set, Larson, big swing.
Yeah, that was a great set, though. That was a great pass, and that was a great, the middle was right there. Hightower had to stay with her hitter, and that just made a one-on-one situation on the outside.
Havana Huft, who has not been in for the majority of the back half of this match, started at setter, but has played second fiddle for the most part tonight, is back to serve.
I'm wondering what Coach asked.
Yeah, the Portland assistant coach, Remy Porat,
Yeah.
has an issue with the down official, and I don't know what that was about.
All tied 12.
12 all here. Set 4. Wildcats up 2-1 in the match. Pipe attack. Finds the hands of Larson. She keeps it alive. She jumps for it. Off the tip. Robinson. And down.
No. Oh, yep. He called it down. He called it down.
And Larson doesn't agree. I'm not sure that's something you can challenge, though, because the ball never actually went over the net because Portland stopped playing.
He called the ball down on and the player saying no, she pancaked that ball. She had her hand underneath that ball, but I don't think that's something you can challenge.
No, because again, it would only result in a replay.
You can't.
They are going to challenge it.
I don't think it's something you can.
The only thing that I can think would happen if they got the challenge right is they would replay the point, and it would start over at 12-12. You can't give Portland a point for that.
Yeah, I don't think you can challenge that.
Well, she put the green card down, did head coach Megan Burton, and Mecca Freeman's getting ready to serve.
There's just certain things you can't challenge.
Yeah, and that's a completely subjective view from the up official. And I've obviously never officiated volleyball, but it's so difficult.
I don't think they've got the score right. Is it 12-12?
It should be 13-12.
It should be 12-13.
Bethune-Cookman should be up 13-12 because
the score's not right.
Because they never updated the score on that last point.
Right.
It says 13-12 on our stat sheet online. Our sports information director, Bethune-Cookman,
13-12 on the
is
scoreboard.
scoring tonight. Our other SID, Brian Harvey's on the mic. You've been hearing him do PA. I jumped on PA for the last game. It's a all-hands-on-deck operation when you got a 4-game day like this at a venue. 13-12 Bethune-Cookman, here we go.
Nice pass.
Biddle, down. Hightower couldn't handle it.
Yeah, Hightower, she didn't press her hands across the net. She went high, but she didn't reach across. Got to go high and then press those hands across the net.
Eason back in for Portland. Still haven't seen a majority of this Portland roster. Haven't seen Valerie Brook, the senior from San Mateo, California. Haven't seen Maddie Korp, the sophomore from Kaiser, Oregon. The two Germans, Leonie Freitag and Elena Bullemar, haven't seen play tonight for Portland, nor has the freshman from Switzerland, Maëlle Korbach.
This is getting slow.
And as a player, you don't want this no matter what team you're on.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it.
Now, whatever it was, it's resolved to the point that we can continue with the match. Eason serves.
Nice pass.
Big rip. Fought off by Hart. Robbins.
Nice
it stayed on
save.
Bethune-Cookman's side of the net. And that one finds the floor.
What a smart play.
A cultured shot from the right-hand fingertips.
What a great shot.
Jasmine Robinson. I think she's gone off speed twice in this whole match, and they've both been beautiful.
Yeah, maybe that raised the energy again of this match because it was getting a little sleepy there.
Ooh, that was a tough decision to play that ball. Robbins blocked.
No, she hit that ball in the net.
All right, well, they're going to officially call it an attack error. I saw the hands go up. I got excited.
Okay. I have a little bit different view of the net. She hit that ball into the net.
Yeah. Anyway, 15-13 Cats. Hightower serving again. That one again long towards the back row. Back set. Big swing down.
Yeah, you're not going to block her one-on-one.
Busso, the former provincial champion in Italy, 11th place at the Italian Nationals as a junior. Doesn't have any international experience, Busso, but
Bethune needs to get a good pass right here.
15-14.
Keep the pressure on them.
And here is Una Rajkovic, the first time we've seen the junior from Belgrade, Serbia in the game that she's serving.
Nice pass.
Oh, and Robinson went for the touch shot and missed it. 15 all.
It was the right idea, but she just held on to it too long. She let it drop.
Rajkovic, the tallest player on the floor, listed at 6'3".
Yeah.
In her third season in college ball, all with Portland.
Yeah,
And a service error.
That was not a good toss, and she almost foot faulted actually on that.
Rajkovic, in her first 2 seasons at Portland, 46 aces. Not that time.
No, that was not a good toss.
And she's immediately going to come out. She served twice. Got 1 point, 1 error, and she's back on the bench. That's kind of demoralizing for a player, especially if you've been at a place and been a consistent contributor for 2 straight years.
Yeah. But she had a chance to contribute. She missed her serve.
Here's the freshman Hempel. Wildcats serve deep again. Middle, quick set, bang.
Yeah, that was a nice set. That was a beautiful set.
Nevaeh Bray. Haven't seen her much tonight, but when she's been on, she's made an impact. 3 kills, 1 error for Bray on 10 attacks. 16 all here in set 4. Portland trying to send it to a 5th set. Wildcats trying to get out of here early. Tight to that Hempel. Drags it back, but the shot is missed by Simmons.
Yeah. Simmons got a little bit in front of that ball. Need to keep the ball in front of you.
First lead of the set for Portland, 17-16. Larkin, shock, puts a swing on it. Set middle, Price down, perfect.
Smart play. That was a really gutsy set too, to set the middle on that pass.
And that proves that setting the middle doesn't always have to be a power play.
No, it doesn't.
Hightower not in the game right now, 17 all. Getting a little rest maybe for one final push towards the end. Dumped, nobody in the donut.
I love that play. I mean, I don't love it that it happened to Bethune-Cookman, but that's just such a smart play.
Yeah, and if you're the setter and you see that there's nobody covering the middle,
yeah,
why not?
Exactly.
It adds another layer that the defense needs to think about. Maui Robbins back to serve. I'd love to see what percentage of points she's played tonight. It's got to be a high one. Almost has never come off the floor. They'll set Robbins out of the back row, stuffed, but kept alive. Price with the block. Larson has to play it over calmly.
Yeah, it hit the ceiling.
Touched over. Here come the Pilots. Across Larson, big swing, stuffed again. The play continues. Touched, down again. 3 blocks on the sequence. All of them by Price. Wow. What a sequence.
Okay, Bethune doesn't know where they are in the in the lineup. They gotta have a lineup check here.
That point belongs to CatEye Price. And only her. 3 solo blocks.
Yeah.
Davis serves. Libero to libero. Set, quick middle. And off the hands and down.
Hightower was a little early. She was on her way down, actually.
Now it's
when Portland hit that ball.
Yeah. Now it's Portland that's using that middle attack to their advantage. Bray has a couple of good kills in the last couple of minutes. Here's Hart.
Good pass.
Big swing. And off the hands and down. Simmons got that one. She's up to 9 kills on the night.
Okay.
Wildcats finally have a double-digit killer. Robinson with 11.
Game to 6.
19 all here in set 4. Wildcats trying to go home early. Just tips the tape. Overpass.
Smart play.
Hightower.
Smart play. She didn't have to try and hit it hard. She just had to hit it, block that ball to
Timeout,
the right
Portland.
spot.
Coach Burton calls time with the Wildcats 5 points away from going home a winner. This is Bethune-Cookman University Volleyball on the CatEye Network. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on Twitter and Instagram at BCU_athletics. For the latest on BCU Volleyball, follow at BCU Volleyball on Twitter and Instagram. Quick shout out to Autumn Sander, our Director of Social Media, who's responsible for all the posts you see on Twitter and Instagram covering this volleyball program and every program around campus. She does a fantastic job. And our entire media staff, Bryce, Brian, Gino. The reigning SWAC Sports Info Office of the Year for a reason. Wildcats 5 points away from sweeping the doubleheader. They're up over Portland 20-19 in set number 4. They lead the match 2-1. And you can really kind of tell that the Wildcats are putting all their effort in to try and end this right now. They do not want this to go to 5.
No, I don't blame them.
If we do get to a 5th set, it'll be just a 15. It'll be Alicia Callender to serve. She's been probably the most consistent from the service line today for the Wildcats. And I jinxed her. First error of the night for Callender. And now it's 20 all.
Yeah. Make up for it right here.
Heft back at the line. She's got 48 assists tonight. Nobody else has more than 24. That one almost was out, but the Wildcats decided to play it. Back to Freeman. Back set, big swing, down.
Yeah.
And now it's Portland that has the momentum. 21-20.
Okay. Get a good pass right here. Good timeout.
Yeah, timeout Bethune-Cookman.
Good timeout.
Both teams down to 1 timeout now. And both teams will probably use it before we get to the end.
Yeah, I think that missed serve kind of took a little energy out of that team. So that's a good timeout.
There is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at cookman.scalefunder.com. That's cookman.scalefunder.com. Well, the first ever meeting on the volleyball court between Bethune-Cookman and Portland has been everything a neutral viewer could want. Wildcats down 21-20 in set 4, trying to close this one out. A Wildcats team that returned 4 starters from last year, and 8 newcomers came into the program. We saw Tiana Preston in the first match against Manhattan. Has not featured tonight, but is someone that the Wildcats are very high on. Preston, the junior from Enterprise State College at the junior college level. Here we go, 21-20. Last 2 points for Portland. After they were down 20-19 and took a timeout, now the Wildcats took a timeout. BCU bench way fired up for this one.
Good pass.
Robinson had to stop her run up. Overpass. Portland keeps it alive. Libero set. Free ball. Here we go, Robinson. Long.
Yeah.
22-20.
She got underneath that a little bit.
Portland hitting their highest percentage in a set in the match right now, 190.
Yeah.
Down the stretch here, they've got rattled off 3 straight points and are 3 away from taking us to a 5th and final set.
Great
Callender middle,
pass.
high tower down. Pushed
Got
over.
Another free ball.
Robinson again, goes for power and connects into the crowd. Robinson leads the Wildcats in kills. That's her 12th. Robinson leads all scorers with 18. Oh, sorry, Robbins for Portland. Freeman.
Good serve.
Long pass. Touched across. Off the tape. Pushed back. And another push shot. Nobody wants to keep this ball. Busso blocked and down. The queen of the net strikes again. Hightower ties this at 22.
All tied at 22.
3 straight for Portland, 3 straight for Bethune-Cookman, and we're tied again. Into the middle. Wildcats have let a lot of those drop tonight. That time they'll play it. Great diving stop by Hart. But a free ball. Calendar middle. Big swing blocked. Portland keeps it alive. Here's Busso. Blocked again. Kept up. Busso, a third swing, and this time Kawhi puts it down. 23-22. Although the board put 23 up for Bethune-Cookman. That's incorrect.
Yeah. Scoreboard's wrong.
Yep. Portland 23, Bethune-Cookman 22.
Now serving number 12.
Still don't have.
Now they got it. They're getting it. 23-22.
Everybody's excited. Everybody's nervous.
Even the scorer. Amaya Easton at the line, the freshman. Big spot for her right here.
Good pass.
Robinson takes something off it. Up into the rafters. Scrambles
what a
over.
Save.
Pushed.
Should have set that ball.
Yeah, dump not successful. Overpass. Robinson rejects it. Tied again at 23. And for the first time tonight, the set score will not be 25-22.
All right. Hightower taking. Hightower needs to take just a really deep breath right here. Oh, no, they're going to take a timeout. Try and freeze her.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart timeout by Coach Burton. She knows that Hightower's not been great at the service line tonight.
Well, you're going to do it anyway at 23-23.
Make her think about it for another 2 minutes. Best of 3 to either decide this one in favor of BCU or send us to all 5. 23 all. And if we get to 24-24, we'll go to overtime. You got to win by 2.
Yep.
Only one set all day long. All 4 matches has gone to overtime. That was the first set between Portland and Stetson all the way back at 10 a.m. this morning, which Portland eventually won 29-27.
Wow.
Wildcats break the huddle very quickly.
Can't go much more overtime than that, can you?
I mean, you could technically go forever if you keep trading back and forth, but it doesn't often go that far. Thank you for joining us tonight on the CatEye Network. Almost 100 of you tuned in for our first broadcast of the season. Here's Hightower. Big serve coming up here. That taped hand puts it over.
Good pass.
Pushed down and in from Busso. Oh, no, it's out.
No, she missed it. She missed it.
Match point BCU. They're on their feet at Moore Gym. Hightower serves. Here we go. They target the freshman again. It's a big swing out of the middle, and it's overtime in set 4. We're tied at 24. The Wildcats haven't really had an answer for that middle attack from Kawhi in this 4th set.
No.
First to win 2 straight points takes this one. Serve, receive, so important. It's Kawhi to serve.
Good pass.
It's Robinson!
That's where I'm going if I'm setting that ball.
Kill number 14 for Jasmine Robinson on the match. Match point Bethune-Cookman.
Second match point.
And they bring in the freshman to serve. A lot of trust in Nola Hempel from this coaching staff. Here we go. 25-24.
Good serve.
Back across, Bousso blocked. Portland keeps it alive. Set by Heft. Big swing. Robbins in. Right on the line. 25 all.
Oh, the bench is saying.
If you have a challenge, I might use it now.
I don't know. Some of the bench was saying it was out. Some of the bench was saying no, it was in. So.
Maui Robbins, 48 swings in the match. And she's got 19 kills. 25 all.
Oh,
Overpass.
no.
Match point, or sorry, set point.
Set
Portland,
point.
and the bench loves it. It almost feels like the Wildcats are out of gas. Can they dig deep? Chalk serves. Big reception. Big swing. Up into the rafters. Where's that coming down? Robbins takes something off of it. Tight to the net. Joust. Push. And it's a VCU point. I held my breath for a second to see if they would call a lift.
But it's a double contact, and they don't call those anymore. It makes volleyball very ugly, but that's what they decided, so.
26 all. Now it's Phillips serving. And a kill from Gray. She has been en fuego in set 4.
Yeah. Got to be across the net to block that ball.
Gray, 5 kills in the set.
Bethune has another timeout. I'm surprised she's not taking it.
Set point, Pilots. Robbins serving, and she's got to get the ace, and we are going all the way. For the first time this season, we go to a 5th set.
At 2 sets apiece, we'll go to a decisive 5th set. Decisive 5th set.
Here we go. Do you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Of course you do. Then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports, hosted by voice of the Wildcats, Michael Cirillo, and featuring the expertise of sports information directors Bryce Ranoski and Brian Harvey. Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune in at 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday to catch the show live, or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. That's Hail Wildcats Radio. As we go to the 5th set, it almost feels to me that this is Portland's to lose, because they have had the better of the attacks down the stretch in this match.
Yeah.
The 2 sets they lost, the second and the third, they really did themselves in with attack errors on the night. Portland has 33 errors to 64 kills. That's not a great ratio.
No. But it felt to me, though, at the end of that 4th game that Bethune-Cookman was playing more not to lose than playing to win. And you're not going to win that way. You got to play to win. Just go all out and play your game.
3rd set stat rundown, or sorry, 4th set stat rundown. Portland wins at 28-26. 22-15 in kills for the Pilots. 8-3 in errors also for the Pilots. Hitting percentage, .316 for the Wildcats, .280 for Portland. 2 aces for Portland, 1 for the Wildcats. Those 2 aces including the one that won them the set. 3 blocks for Bethune-Cookman, 2 service errors for Portland, 1 for BCU. Very tight statistically.
Absolutely.
And it showed. Taking a look at some of the individual numbers, Maui Robbins has, of course, been as advertised. 19 kills on 49 swings with 14 errors. 4 service aces as well. Also for Portland, 13 kills for Bousso, 12 for Larson, 11 for Kawai. The Wildcats, Jasmine Robinson leads the way offensively with 14 kills on 28 attacks. Hitting .357 on a high volume. Hightower has 10 kills, Simmons has 9, and Freeman has 7. The Wildcats out blocking Portland 9-3. 6 of those for Hightower. Freeman Phillips, Simmons, Robinson has 2, and Price has 2, also contributing. What a way to start the athletic calendar here at Bethune-Cookman University. I can't lose my voice. I've got football tomorrow.
Well, you have a little bit of time to recover.
Only a little. 5th set, we'll play to 15. Less margin for error here. You cannot let Portland get out to a 5 or 6 point lead early.
You're basically going to look at this game as games to 5. You're playing 3 games to 5. So win the first game to 5, then win the second game to 5, which would be 10, and then win the third game to 5. Just break it down into games of 5.
But I'm going to say this right now, win or lose, it doesn't matter. The Wildcats made a statement today. A Portland team that looked like they could do no wrong at times in a win over Stetson 3-0 earlier have forced them to all 5 and had 2 match points in the 4th set.
Yep.
This is a different Wildcats team, mentally and physically, than we saw last year, and they are going to be a problem in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We're going to have to wait a long time to see that. They don't play a conference game until the 4th of October.
That's volleyball.
Can you win 15 more points? Portland has outkilled Bethune-Cookman 64-53 in the match. But Portland's had 33 errors, Bethune-Cookman just 14. Wildcats for the entire match hitting almost 300, which is big for a match that's gone all 5 sets. BCU to start it. Here we go, Alicia Callender at the line. Almost an overpass. Bethune-Cookman gets a chance. Hightower can't put it on the floor. High hands from Hightower again. Callender tracks down the set and then misplaces the set, and Freeman couldn't catch up to it. Both of these teams are tired. It's been a long day. Portland was here at 8 in the morning.
Good pass.
Robinson. Great dig by Robbins. Larson elbowed back over by Hightower. Larson again. Overpass. Put down. 1-0.
Smart play.
Almost all of Hightower's kills are punishing overpasses. She's got 11 tonight.
But she's been really smart with them. She hasn't always tried to put them straight down. She's put them where they're not.
Freeman with the serve. Here's Heft. Big swing back row. Blocked. Stuffed.
Actually, she hit that ball in the net. But
yeah. Hightower there again. But how much mentally, right, do you see Hightower? She's got so many blocks tonight. As a hitter, you go, I can't hit it at her. So she hit it to the end of the net, and the Wildcats give it right back with an error 2-all.
Into the final lineup, number 8, Lucia Fuso. Back to serve for the pilot.
9 service errors apiece tonight. And both of these teams are going to look back and look at all the what-ifs unless they can find 15 points right here. Hightower, big swing. It went right to the chest of Hoft, and Portland scrambles it over. Robinson. Larson. The rally continues. Long set. Phillips touched at the net. Overpass. Put down again.
Smart play. Again, you don't have to hit it hard. Just push it where they're not. It's a smart play.
It would not surprise me if this one goes all the way to 13-all. These teams very evenly matched. Quick middle shot. Nobody home for the Wildcats. 3-all. At what point, if you're Coach Williams, do you make an adjustment and start covering that middle?
Yeah.
Because Bray has punished you every time they've quick set that. Not a great first contact. This is going to have to be a back row attack for Freeman. Free ball, essentially, in system. Portland, big swing, in. Busso finds the corner, 4-3. And Coach Burton wants to talk to the down official. I'm not sure what about. They got the point.
I don't know.
Better first contact that time. But blocked. Wildcats keep it alive, scrambled over by Phillips. Big swing, Busso towards the block. 5-3, Portland.
Portland won the first game to 5.
Timeout, Bethune-Cookman. Strong start at the net, but once the Pilots got those outside hitters into rotation, they've been unstoppable like they've been most of the night. The only thing that can stop them is themselves.
Yeah.
And you're really relying on errors from Portland to keep you in this match.
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of chess growing up, and one of my teachers always said, never count on your opponent making a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you got to keep playing to win, and you got to stay aggressive. And for Bethune-Cookman, they need to keep passing well, and then they need to keep hitting aggressively smart. You don't always have to hit it hard. You have to hit it where they're not. But it's all about the pass.
5-3, Portland in the 5th. It is likely if Portland comes back to win this game, they'll win with an under 200 hit percentage. But if you have so many more total attacks than your opponent, eventually it adds up.
You're going to have more points, yeah.
171 to 146, the swings in favor of Portland tonight. The freshman Amaya Eason for her 3rd straight serve. She's been good when called upon, and is again. Robinson off the block and out of bounds. 5-4.
That put a little bit more energy in the team there.
Yeah, and Robinson now comes to the bench. You're taking your best attacking player out in a 5th set. Nola Hemphill serves, great serve.
Good pass.
And off the hands and out from Busso.
That was a great serve, but that was an even better pass.
Portland Pilots 6 serving 4. Back to serve for Portland.
Taina Kauai. A player who led this Portland team in blocks as a freshman 2 years ago. Big swing blocked. Nevaeh Bray gets only the 4th block of the night for Portland. 7-4, Pilots. And maybe the Wildcats just use a little bit too much energy in that 4th set to try and get over the line. Hemphill back set, off the tape. 4. That one never went over. 8-4.
They got to switch sides.
And now they got to switch halfway home.
At the change, Portland leads 8-4 here in the final set. Once again, set to 15. Portland leads.
Maui Robbins has 50 total attacks tonight.
Wow.
And she's hitting under 100.
Oh, jeez.
But she still has 19 kills.
But she still has 19 kills.
Wildcats need a big comeback right here. Deep left corner serve. Robinson comes back to hit it. Busso short. Tipped by Jennings. Into the game for the first time tonight for BCU. Big swing, Bray. That time the defense was there. It's got to go over. Free ball for Portland. What can they do with it? Back set. Big swing. Dug out by Callender. Another free ball, second on this possession. Another back set, and this time Boucher doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
9-4.
Good defense, but got to put the ball down. They just got the ball up, just too many free balls. Couldn't get an attack out of it.
Kawhi serves again. Quick set to the net. The block is there. Boucher into the net, and the Wildcats can't control it. Off that first contact from Mecca Freeman, 10-4. Timeout, Bethune-Cookman.
The energy is kind of just all drained out of the Bethune team right now.
Once again, football season finally here. The CatEye Network is your home for all the gridiron action. Listen to every game at youtube.com/CatEye Network or locally at 1380 WELE in Daytona Beach. Tomorrow night, the Cats travel to Tampa for the 2024 season opener as they take on the Bulls of USF. Catch every second of the action right here on the CatEye Network or 1380 WELE. Also tomorrow afternoon, we got 2 volleyball games to round out the Bash at the Beach. It'll be Portland taking on Manhattan at 10 o'clock, and then at 12:30, it is the Wildcats against Stetson, a local rivalry to close out this preseason tournament that has become a staple of the early season here at Bethune-Cookman. Teams from all over the country. Last year we had the Citadel here. We had Marshall from West Virginia here. This year we've got teams from all corners. Portland, Manhattan, and right here, Bethune-Cookman and Stetson. Tapped over, sliding grab by Heft. Robbins into the net, kept alive.
I thought that hit the net and not the block.
Referees say otherwise.
Yeah.
Leaping stop by Eason. Big swing from Robbins.
That set was just right in her wheelhouse. She's been hitting those all night long.
And the Wildcats could have challenged in or out, I think.
No touch.
Or block
I
touch.
don't know.
That there was no touch. I think maybe Coach Williams using this as a pseudo timeout.
I just don't understand. I mean, she definitely gave the hand signal that about a touch, but
Yeah, no, there was no hand signal for touch.
I thought she went like that when
So they must be challenging in and out.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, they definitely didn't.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't. The referees did not signal touch.
Right. So she's doing challenge, and then what is she saying? Out?
That's the only thing they can challenge.
Okay.
You don't want to challenge that there was a touch because then you lose the point either way.
No, I know that, but I thought that's what the hand signal maybe she was saying out.
Again, I just think she's using it as a
She
pseudo
just
timeout.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm talking about the second referee,
Yeah.
what she was signaling. That's what I didn't understand.
Yeah. Wildcats lost the first set 22-25. They won the next 2, also 22-25. And then the fourth set, they had 2 match points. It went to overtime, but Portland clawed it out, and now it's been all Pilots here in the 5th. And I've noticed that happens a fair amount too. A team up in the 4th gets forced to a 5th, and the team that came back has all the momentum.
It kind of takes the wind out of your sails, and it's really hard emotionally to come back. Volleyball is such a mental game, and you have to be so strong.
And it's a game of runs as well.
Absolutely.
And right now, it's a 7-0 run for Portland.
And Portland's taking the crowd out of this match.
Yep. All the basketball players, I see some of the golf team down there. They were up on their feet. They were making a ton of noise in that 4th set, and not anymore.
No, Portland has quieted the crowd.
As the down official continues to look at the monitor on this Coach Williams challenge. Again, we're not really sure what they're looking at. Must be in out.
It's got to be, I guess.
The schedule doesn't get easier for the Wildcats. Stetson tomorrow, then Tulsa, Oral Roberts, and Sam Houston next weekend.
Wow, that's a tough tournament.
They gave the point to the Wildcats say they were challenging that the ball never went over the net.
Right.
Okay.
Ball has been reversed. It was 4 hits against Portland.
So it's now the scoreboard's way wrong. It should be 10-5.
Yeah. No.
Now they've given the points to the wrong team.
The other way. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Either way, it's 10-5 Portland.
We'll get it. There we go. We got it right now.
Here's the freshman Amaya Jennings on to serve. Stopped by Price once and twice. Pushed over and batted straight back. Hemphill, big swing from Price.
We're not done yet.
6 serving 10. Amaya Jennings remains to serve.
Jennings serves. Near pin set, big block from Bethune-Cookman. Portland keeps it alive. Bousseau, high off the hands. Jennings taps it to Hemphill. Back across, big swing, tools the block. Wildcats 3 in a row, 10-7. Timeout, Portland. Just when you thought they were down, the challenge win gave the momentum back to the maroon and gold. And they're down by just 3. All the twists and turns you could ask for. We apologize about the screen. We are working to get it back. I'll try and do as much radio description as I possibly can until that happens. Right now it is 10-7. Portland led 10-4. And then
that challenge was huge.
Yeah. Because if you're looking at 11-4, you're looking probably at game over.
Right.
Players back on the floor. It's the freshman Amaya Jennings to serve. If that last name, if the last name sounds familiar to you, it's because her father's Packers legend, Greg Jennings. And it's an ace for his daughter.
Okay.
Cats down 2, 10-8.
Okay, men's basketball players, you got to get the energy up over there. You look tired.
Team MVP in all conference in high school, Amaya Jennings. She serves again. Big push, Robbins. That was a tough one. She got it over. A.J. Simmons, big hit off the ceiling and down. The ceiling giveth. 5-point run for the Wildcats. It's 10-9.
Crowd's picking it up now.
And they're bringing Larson back in. I think good move for Portland. She's been one of their better attackers tonight. 13 kills for Larson on the evening. Jennings, who's been the catalyst to this serving run. Another deep serve. Larson, tight set. Big swing, out of bounds. It's Maui Robbins again.
That was a great pass.
It looked almost to the edge of wild towards the net, but
no.
Great job by Havana Heft to corral it.
Yep.
11-9.
She's done though.
Yeah, did her job.
Yep, she did.
Now Larson coming back out.
She did. She absolutely did.
I guess they want the extra defensive player in.
Yeah.
Busso just off the tape. Freeman, diving stop. Across, Robbins, in. It was a touch.
Okay, the up ref called in, and then he called touch. It's like, make up your mind. Meanwhile, the line judge called out.
3 points from the finish line for Portland. They're not going to review it. Coach Williams has a challenge left. He was successful with the last one. Busso again, deep serve. Freeman, big swing blocked. Kept alive, tight the net. Hemphill, pushed down. Somehow kept alive by the Pilots. Free ball. Here come the Cats. Across, Freeman, big swing. Tools the block. 12-10, Wildcats staying in it.
Need to get a point here. Need to get a point with your serve. Then see if you can get another one.
Riley Davis back in at libero, she'll serve. High over the net. In sequence, Robbins tipped and can't pancaking it. Is Hemphill. 13-10. 2 points away for Portland. Maui Robbins, the team leader in aces last year, at the service line. Hasn't been great at the line tonight. Chance to make up for it. And she does.
She just did. That was an awesome floater serve right there.
It just died in the middle.
It did.
Match point, 4 match points, in fact, for Portland. It's Maui Robbins once again, this one for the win. Wildcats put it in play. It's off the hands, kept alive by Hart. Long pass up into the rafters, off the hands. 2 touches, 3 touches, it goes over. Hightower blocked, and it goes into the crowd, and the Portland Pilots have stunned the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats in 5 sets. They win this one 15-10. College volleyball is back in a big way.
Absolutely. That was a great match to watch.
Action continues here tomorrow.
And definitely the Wildcats will feel hard done. They'll feel like they should have taken care of business in the 4th set. They had 2 match points and
you know
could
what?
not put Portland away.
I think they'll learn from this, though. Remember, this is only the first day of the season. You can look at tape of this match and learn from it.
Stats for the 5th set. Portland wins at 15-10. The Wildcats had a little rally in the middle, just could not put it together. They got within 1 at one point, but just couldn't finish it off. 9-6 in kills for Portland in the 5th, 3 attack errors each. For the first time all match, the Pilots out-hit the Wildcats 261-125 in the 5th set.
Yeah.
1 each on service aces. Portland out-blocked Bethune-Cookman in set number 5. And 1 service error for the Wildcats as well. Across the entirety of the match, Portland 112 points to Bethune-Cookman's 108. 73 kills to 59 in favor of the Pirates. 36 attack errors for Portland as well, but they overcame it with an immense 185 total swings to Bethune-Cookman's 162. I said Portland might win this match hitting under 200. They didn't. They hit exactly 200. Coming back in that 5th set, the Wildcats hit 259. 70 assists for Portland, 53 for Bethune-Cookman. 8 aces for the Pilots, 4 for the Wildcats. 10 errors from the service line for Bethune-Cookman, 9 for Portland. Blocks again, 9-4 in favor of the Wildcats. Just wasn't enough down the stretch. Individual stats in terms of kills. Portland, Robbins finished with 22 kills on 55 swings.
Wow. Wow. Well, it did go 5.
It did. Busso, 17 kills on 31 swings. Larson, 13. Kawhi, 11. Bray, 3. Hoft, 3. For Bethune-Cookman. Jasmine Robinson led the way, 15 kills. She hit 367 for the match. They just maybe didn't go to her as much down the stretch as they probably should have. Hightower, 11. Simmons, 10. Freeman, 9. Phillips, 6. Price, 6. And Calendar, 2. Blocks for the Wildcats. Hightower had 6. Robinson had 2. Simmons, Freeman, Phillips, Price each had 1. Blocks for Portland. Robbins had 2. Busso, Larson, Kawhi had 1. And Bray led the way with 3. Once again, your final score, it's 3-2 in favor of the Portland Pirates. 25-22, 22-25, 22-25, 28-26, and 15-10. The Wildcats win the middle 2 sets, but they cannot close it out, even though they had set point twice in set number 4.
It was a great match.
That'll do it for our day
Great
one
match.
coverage here at Moore Gymnasium of the 2024 Bash at the Beach. Thank you very much for sticking with us all day long. Come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we'll have 2 more matches for you here on the CatEye Network to close out this early season tournament. For Cheryl Carlson and our entire crew here at Moore Gymnasium, Bryce Onowski, Brian Harvey, Autumn Sander, Eugene Robinson, my name is Michael Torello. Thank you so much for listening throughout the evening. We'll see you tomorrow.